Hello there, everybody. To my amusement, or rather the lack of it, unfortunately, it looks like the game forgot its audio settings, so I'm trying to sort them out, and I was doing that before we started. And now the timer has run down, all the way down to 0. So I'll make one more change. I feel like the game might still be on the loud side. Maybe it isn't. I'm looking at the bars. According to the bars, it's relatively loud, but please let me know if the audio is fine or not. I'm sorry, I was trying to make it work, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to do so before we started the stream, but looking at the bars, it's alright. Maybe actually I should make it a little bit louder. Just a tiny amount. It's a very improvised last-minute stream. I completely forgot that Penumbra releases today, so that's also one other reason I wasn't prepared. But with all of this said and done, I suppose it's about time I introduce myself. This is Pangolin Advisor, also known as PANCZASU, and I have made hundreds, or in fact about 1,000 of videos on endless games, that being Endless Space, Endless Legend, Dungeon of the Endless, all of the stuff that Amplitude Studios does. I'm also a VIP for Amplitude Studios, meaning that I get access to internal builds of all the upcoming products. And I'll be fair, I wasn't a very good VIP lately because I didn't have enough time to really do a lot of work for them. But either way, I'm also known for being relatively good at Endless Legend. Actually, I'm being maybe a little bit too modest. I'm very good at Endless Legend. Endless Space 2, I wasn't able to reach the same level of confidence I have reached in Endless Legend. I was way better in Endless Legend than I am in Endless Space 2, but I'm still doing my best. And it has been a while since I played Endless Space 2. Again, unfortunately, real life got in the way. But I will not let that stop me. I'll play the game, starting a new game as, you know, the newly added faction, the Umbra Choir, which is absolutely amazing. I love them to bits, as you might imagine. I always love invisible races. They're so fun to play as, especially in multiplayer, but in single player as well. So this is we're going to be playing as. We're obviously going to be playing on endless difficulty with endless pirates and endless, that's the wrong screen, and also hard minor faction difficulty with just the normal amount of minor factions. So as difficult as it gets. Animation speed, I will leave it on ×2. Kind of tempted to put it to ×4, but ×2 will be, let's put it to ×4, why not? Everything else is fine in my book. I always stand the score victory off. And one more thing I wanted to mention, and this is a very important thing, is that you yourselves can now play Endless Space 2 even if you do not have the game. It is the free weekend, meaning that everybody gets to play the game, and every time any player explores a new system, it brings us closer as a community to unlocking new content for Endless Space 2, because the developers for this game have said that if we explore a certain amount of systems, they'll add new stuff into the game. So it's a community challenge. Last time it happened, we were given amazing new ships for factions like the VoD, which now have heretic skins, which are absolutely amazing, and I love them a ton. But anyway, we're playing as Umbra Choir, of course. So yeah, I'll teach you a little bit about them. Obviously, I'm not as good as I usually am with new factions, since I wasn't able to play as them as much as I usually am able to, but I'll do my best. As for the factions we're going to be playing against, I don't really know who we should be playing against. But I suppose there's no reason not to play against every empire, every AI there is. So let's see. Bravebone Cravers, okay, that's good. And the Solphons, okay, even more. And we're still missing. We already had Voters. Let's think. I'm losing count. 1, 2. Oh yeah, Hisho are missing as well, aren't they? Yes, they are. So let's add the Hisho into the mix as well. So let's think. There are 3 empires added and 8 empires in the base game. That's 11. And now we have how many players? 10 competitors plus me. That's 11. So that's every player, every empire that can be. Except Hisho shouldn't be pink. That really doesn't fit my imagination of what the Hisho are all about. Let's change them, even if ever so slightly, to orange. Orange is really more of, you know, that empire kind of color. Let's give them the burgundy. Horatio can be pink. I feel like it fits them. Sophon's light blue. Again, it fits them. And I am always the dark green color. It's my favorite in games, at the very least. Alright, I believe everything is set now. We're going to be playing this on Honestly, Spiral 6 is not very well suited to 11 players, as you might imagine, but it is one of the newer Galaxy types, so I feel like we have to play on Spiral 6 tonight, so that's what we're going to be playing on. Let's see, I believe the Galaxy is too small, now it's going to be better. A little bit on the tight side, but that's how I like it, since this will allow us to have more action happening faster. Number of constellations few, Galaxy density medium, I believe everything else should be set to normal, which is how I like it for the most part. Yeah, I like it. Excellent. So, without any further ado, let us begin our adventure. And let me confirm if the stream is going well. It seems like everything is fine. Game is displaying, bars moving up and down, and the bad helper helped me by saying that audio is fine. Thank you very much. I guess you're not a bad helper after all. Unless you lied, in which case that would be very, very clever, in fact. So yeah. We're just waiting for the game to finish launching. It's taking a while. I thought I moved it to SSD. Oh, never mind. It's launching now, I think. Well, it will start with a cutscene, which I'll let you watch, and I'll shut up while the cutscene is playing, because it is by far the best Endless Space 2 cutscene to date. Actually, can you guys even hear the cutscene? I'm not seeing the audio move up or down at all. I can hear it.
Command, this is Pioneer 9. I'm picking up something weird. Over.
Huh. So apparently for some reason you cannot hear the cutscene. I have no idea why. I can hear it just fine. It must be because... I don't know why it is like this. I have honestly no idea. What if I enable speakers? No, the bars are still not moving. I have no idea what it is all about. My guess is that the cutscene is launched in a separate program, not Endless Space 2 itself, which prevents you from being able to listen to the cutscene. Man, this is super sad and annoying. Yeah, I do not know why you cannot hear the cutscene. I mean, the issue is, I can hear the cutscene just fine. It's just you who are unable to hear it, and I only noticed this because the audio bars were not moving up and down. Well, that is a shame because this cutscene was absolutely amazing. You can watch it on YouTube at the very least, so that's, I guess, some kind of compensation. But yeah, I'm sorry, I have no idea why the cutscene wasn't playing. I think you should be able to hear the game sound now, because I can see the bars moving up and down. I don't know why the cutscene wasn't there. I'm sorry, this had nothing to do, this was outside of my control. I don't know how Amplitude Studios handled the cutscenes. I know that you cannot change the volume of cutscenes with any sliders in the game. This was an issue I pointed out to them long ago. And my guess is that it's another application running on top of Endless Space whenever you watch a cutscene. And that's just how it is. Or maybe it's because, I don't know. Either way, doesn't matter, right now we're in game and everything should be fine, I hope. So, we're starting as this stealthy, sneaky empire of the Umbra Qua, and all we have access to right now is a crescent. This is our starting planet, and the awesome thing about it is that we are hidden from the galaxy. Nobody knows where we are, which is very, very helpful, as you might imagine, in multiplayer. Single player less so, because AIs tend to prioritize detection and they tend to detect you very early on. But if you want to know how to play as the Umbra Qua, well, first of all, you play them very similarly to any other empire. They don't have all too many very unique, ways of playing as, for instance, he should do. But there are some unique things. For instance, we don't colonize other areas. We can create sanctuaries, which are sort of like colonies, but this is pretty much the only system we're gonna have, the only real system that can produce anything whatsoever in the game. We're not be getting any more from now on. We're just going to be getting things that will boost the production of this one system, making it quite crucial for us to develop as well as possible. So of course I'll start with drone networks. But as you can see, the other improvements we can make, they apply bonuses to our sanctuaries. Sanctuaries are things I'll demonstrate to you later once I start creating those. But essentially some of the improvements you can create on your home system also apply to the sanctuaries, and the sanctuaries in turn give all of their production, their FTSE production, to your main system, the only system you can actually make stuff with. So that's the basic ideology for this faction. It's essentially a one system challenge. You never get more than that, you just get hidden sanctuaries on planets. So yeah, if they remind you of cultists in Endless Legend, then well, I guess there isn't comparison to be made, but they're very, very different in playstyle compared to the cultists. So let us start by doing the thing that you always do in a new game, that being scouting. So the Umbra Qua has absolutely amazing scout ships. They start with 2 already upgraded basic warp drives, giving them a humongous amount of 10 movement points, and also 2 improved probes modules, which means that if you want to improve them to be even faster, you can just give them that and look at this. 10-1, 16 speed on a ship. This is ridiculous, by far the best scouting ships in the entire game. I'm so in love with them. Also, they are currently cloaked. This is because all of the ships and literally everything that the Umbra Qua has is cloaked because we are a ghost nation. So we can't be detected by empires that do not have the detection technology, which is very helpful. We can of course reveal ourselves if we choose to, but why would we? Anyway, for the time being, the very first thing I'm going to do is... Oh yeah, I decloaked, which costs all of your movement. My bad, I shouldn't have demonstrated that. Well, anyway, first thing we find is another planet, or rather system with some Hyperium on it. That is nice. And somebody's calling my cell phone right now, which is somewhat unfortunate timing, because no, I cannot answer that call. I'm very sorry, dear person who is calling me. So, as you can see, we cannot just normally colonize the system, but we can create a sanctuary. And you do not just do this by creating a colony ship or doing something else that other factions would do. Instead, you have to go into a hacking screen, which I'll demonstrate right now because there is no reason not to. I found a new system after all, which I may want to colonize, and I will do so. So, this is our home system, and right now every empire in the game has access to hacking, but the Umbra Qua is by far the best at hacking. So what we do in order to gain sanctuaries on new planets is we hack new planets. Don't ask me how you can hack a planet without any technology on it. I don't believe Amplitude thought up of a solution. I can just imagine this as Umbra Qua hacking the dust, since dust is kind of, cybernetic. But, well, whatever works. We just hack a planet because why not? So first of all, you have to click the point of origin for your hacking operation, and then you click on the target for your hacking operation, confirm it as a target, and then 2 turns later you are done hacking this particular system. It isn't always 2 turns, of course. It depends on how far away the thing that you want to hack is. In this case, it's right next to our starting system, and it's also an empty planet, so we can hack it very easily. Mostly because I guess there's nothing to hack there, but whatever. It will, however, allow us to create a sanctuary, which is sort of like an expansion for us. Again, we don't colonize planets, systems in the same way that people usually do, but sanctuaries are the second best thing we can get. And hello there, Styles! So, apparently Styles is from Australia, so he cannot play this game until the day ends. I feel for you, but this is also why I'm live streaming this. I hope you have a good time, and maybe you learn something about the game before you can play it by yourself. Anyway, we've got a new hero. In my opinion, this new hero is honestly the best used as a governor, since he's got a bunch of abilities. Oh, and I guess I should showcase what Umbra Qua's specific abilities are. The most important is the final ability, as usual, and it's Nocturnal Sleepers, which increases the amount of FTSE production on system per sleepers on system. Sleepers are kind of like inside agents you can place on other enemy empires. So you basically hack an enemy empire, and then you can embed a sleeper inside that empire, and the more sleepers you have, if you have this ability, the more fleets you get. Sleepers are also used for other things, but generally speaking, you want to have the sleepers. I'll talk about them a little bit more once I actually get some sleepers. The other abilities the Penumbra heroes have is detection, free detection, which is pretty good in case you're fighting against other people who have stealth. You can get obviously better bandwidth and better hacking. Bandwidth is something that's used in hacking. I'll talk about this some more later down the line. You can get more industry production, and this is super important because keep in mind, we will only ever have one system producing anything, making Vox Populi incredibly useful, since this one system represents our entire empire's worth of industry production, so plus 5% to that is incredible. Then we've got more vision range on fleet, we're not going to be using that. More evasion on fleet, again, this will not be used by us. And finally, we've got the dark bandwidth, which increases the bandwidth of our empire. Again, nice little boost to what we have. Of course, because this hero is a counselor, he also gives our system extra influence. Influence is always nice to have. So yeah, as I said, I'm going to be assigning this hero as a governor turn 1, and he'll start giving us some extra influence. Always a nice thing. And oh, thank you for saying you love my vids, Dels. And oh, I see a lot of people are watching this who can't play NSpace 2 right now. Sedgehammer says that he can't play because of his SSD not working correctly. I feel for you. I feel for you. I need to reinstall my Windows personally because I have a new SSD, but I'm just too lazy to do so. Anyway, so hero recruited and assigned already. This is our little tutorial.
The wider cosmos.
We don't need to read that. This is all about Umbra Choir and their abilities.
A chorus of suffering.
Okay, I'll let him talk.
Coming from the stars therein. Curious to learn and heal. It watches from the darkest places, attempting to make peace with its own new, discordant nature.
So yeah, if you thought that those stealth ghosts that have now invaded NSpace 2 are evil, you thought wrong. They're actually very nice, cute teddy bears. They're the nicest people out of all races in the galaxy. Like, if you want to think that Unfallen are nice, Unfallen aren't nice at all. These guys are. They are adorable. They are so very, very nice. So anyway, as for our abilities, I never talked about them. First of all, we have absolutely abysmal manpower, meaning that the developers are doing a very good job trying to make me not play those guys as warmongers. Well, good luck trying. I'm always a warmonger. Next up, we've got extra bandwidth depending on our manpower, which is nice, but usually as the Umbra Choir you're going to find yourself with very low manpower because of immaterial population. Organic network is very nice. It allows us to expand very fast early on, and by expand of course I mean create sanctuaries, but it's the same as expanding. Fledgling traders is just lower trade value. There's a reason for that, however. It's because Umbra Choir is actually very good at trading. If not for the fledgling traders, if they didn't have this trade, they would have been so very powerful at trading, which is I guess why they have the fledgling traders. Twitch infiltrators, hey Twitch, I see what you did there. So yeah, I have now infiltrated with Twitch thanks to my faction, but yeah, this means more hacking speed, obviously because we're good at hacking. All of our ships are cloaked, I mentioned that already, with the exception of destroyers. By the way, I forgot to mention, but with this new free update, even if you don't have the Penumbra DLC, you can still disable the super weapons in the galaxy if you don't like them. So if you hated the obliterators murdering everything in the galaxy, you can turn them off. Personally, I love the obliterators, so I always will have them enabled, but I can see why some people don't like super weapons. Exploited sleepers, again even more bandwidth depending on how many sleepers you have. You start with Titanium and Hyperium, which is very important since obviously you can only ever have one system. We have expensive tastes, which again makes sense because we're basically a one system empire, and 2 technologies that we start with. So that's about it. As for the standing research, I will always go for xenolinguistics because first of all it will allow us to start exploitation of titanium, and we do start with titanium, and more importantly I'll get industry refrains, which also not only boost my main system but also will boost all of my sanctuaries. That's the word I was looking for. Next up, we've got a fleet that can explore some oddities, so let's check them out on Arcturus. and that's all I can do right now. I still have 3 probes left, so I might as well use those probes to check out this galaxy for any other potential bounty, and also see if there's any EMPA in further down this arm of the galaxy. With that in mind, however, I believe I am almost done to finish the stand, but I do need to enact some laws. So we start as both scientists and pacifists. Scientists are amazing because they lower the improvement cost on systems, so I'll definitely queue this one up. Next up, there's a trusted broker, which I'll enact once I find some kind of minor faction to, you know, become friends with. And the relation between the Amber Qua and minor factions is a unique one. I'll talk a bit more about it once we encounter those. But for now, I can just end the turn, and you guessed it, drink some tea, because I'm an addict. Green tea for tonight, by the way. So, if I re-enter the hacking screen yet again, you can see that I have already begun the process of hacking Arcturus. And next turn I'll finish it, and I'll be able to create a, whatchamacallit, sanctuary on it. I keep forgetting the name of sanctuaries, kinda embarrassing. So yeah. And we also get a little notification that this is our primary system. The high definition system, no, it's only high definition, that's kinda lame. So yeah. Next up we have discovered Hido as a new system. We can't colonize it, unfortunately. It has desert, savanna and the lava. Savanna will be quite easy to colonize at the very least, so that's not a problem. And this scout ship, well, I have already found Alcyon, which has a toxic ice and gas swarm giant. Again, not the best, so we'll just leave it be. And aha! A minor faction of Duvians. So their system, it's actually very nice. It has an ocean planet, and Duvians themselves are gas inhabitors, so they live on a gas giant. Snow and toxic, actually it's not the best of systems, but it does have an ocean planet with titanium, so it's not the worst either. The most important thing is that those guys do not know that I exist, even though I'm right above them on my hidden ship, but that is the point. My ship is cloaked, so nobody, including the minor factions, can actually see it. But this is a minor faction, there is no reason not to say hi to them. It's a free thing you can do. In case of Duvians, they are pragmatists, so they don't care about me existing. But there are some minor factions that like aliens, and revealing yourselves to them will immediately start giving you some positive relations with the minor faction. Which is why you should basically always reveal yourself to minor faction. There's no reason not to do that. Alright, let me queue up some actions. Actually, there's nothing to queue up, I can just end this turn. So, actually, no, I forgot. There's another thing to hack, because we are the Amber Qua, we can hack 2 things at the same time. So, with my other ability to hack, I'm going to go ahead and queue up a new hacking operation of the minor factions. And hacking minor faction can give you a whole wide variety of different benefits. For instance, you can increase the yield, you can steal them from somebody who owns the minor faction, or rather is the sovereign of the minor faction, and so on and so forth. There is no reason not to hack the minor faction, and right now I have nothing else to hack. I can, in theory, hack those empty systems, but since those planets are inhospitable to me, I can't create sanctuaries on them just yet. So this is something I'll need to research as soon as possible. Now, I can make this minor faction like me more by exploring their curiosities, so I'll do just that, and I'll sit on the system while I recharge my probes. So I found Hyperium node, that's nice. Right, I'll end my turn. So the thing about minor faction is that, typically speaking, when you assimilate a minor faction, you just gain the territory. But since we're the Amber Qua, we cannot gain more territory. So when you assimilate a minor faction, no matter how you do it, it will just be gone, and this will become an uncolonized system. So you might think that there is no reason to colonize this minor faction. I'll deal with that in a second. But there is actually a very good reason to, because AIs in this legend are very good at claiming the minor factions. And by assimilating a minor faction and, in effect, destroying the minor faction, you can guarantee that the AI will not be getting the minor faction instead. So this is basically the main reason why you may want to assimilate minor factions as Amber Qua. Anyway, we have completed the first hack of our game. We have hacked Arcturus. Again, I don't know how you hack an empty planet, but I guess I'm not supposed to think about it. And now we can choose which planet we want to colonize. We only colonize one planet at a time, keep that in mind. And I'll choose to create the small tundra as the planet that we will be colonizing because it has better resources on it. Although, I already have access to those strategic resources, I think I would rather start mining the luxury resources as soon as possible. Besides, they give me a little bit less science than that, but a little bit more industry and food, and industry and food are more important in early game in my opinion. So I'll confirm as this as the planet to colonize first. And right, I forgot. I know what the issue is. I now remember. So endless space is really weird in terms of how it handles its audio settings. So I'll now boost it to 100%. It'll be really loud for you for a second. And now I need to lower the game's settings in Windows to a desired level, which is maybe 20%. It seems to be fine-ish. Let me know if the audio is fine or not. The reason for that being is that all of the cutscenes, that being the intro cutscene which we were unable to watch and the colonization cutscene, are only tied to master volume but not to any other sliders. Which is really weird, and they need their own slider, but right now it doesn't. So yeah. And I got a comment from Bad Helper that Penumbra look, or rather the Umbra Qua look like a mix of Cultist and the Forgotten, and I'll agree with you, they kinda are like a mix of the two, but they actually are really fun to play as, in my opinion. So anyway, this is our first part of Faction Quest, and I guess I might as well read it out loud, why not? So first is from the perspective of Imain Kriv, a pilgrim. So I hate her because I hate pilgrims. That's shot back all the way back to Inner Space 1 when I really hated pilgrims. But anyway, what happened to me today? I was out in deep space, alone, chasing up some tenacious endless relic leads from command when I came across, I don't know, something. I can't recall anything about it. All I remember is that I felt kind of a cosmic awe, but then I got afraid. Terrified in truth. When I listen back to my exchanges with the command, I get goosebumps at how scared I sound. The worst thing though is hearing myself say I must have been dreaming. I don't sound myself. Maybe I've been out there too long. Maybe it's time I stop hunting endless relics. Maybe it's time I renounce my faith. Meanwhile, the Ember Qua that made first contact with the poor pilgrim says, "We came to offer solace, but the first offshoot of the pilgrim organism reacted to our presence with horror. We infiltrated its cybernetic systems, hid our existence so we might buy time to consider our next move. Now we watch the offshoot proceed onwards into the barren depths of this ancient galaxy. No sign of how it is controlled by the Overgestalt. We know the pilgrim organism craves to locate the artifacts of a long-dead race. Perhaps we can hope. Elsewhere we feel other organisms trembling with pain and conflict, overwhelming us. We shall not have harmony until this galaxy stills, but the way forward isn't clear. Do we stay in the shadows or come into light?" Alright, well, my choice for this is usually hide, because it's easier to accomplish. You just have to discover 10 new systems, and then you get your measly reward of 300 dust. Otherwise you can purge or simulate a minor faction. It's also relatively easy to do, but it's still slower than just discovering systems because you have very fast scout ships, so I'll just choose to hide and stay in the shadows as it should be. And oh, Styles you have never seen a one system faction in 4X games? Well, you have to play Endless Legend, I guess. Unless you just meant the space games, because in Endless Legend they were the Forgotten and they could only ever have one city. Also there's Civilization, which had Venice, but we don't talk about Venice. Anyway, let's keep exploring I meant to say new and more curiosities, which I merged into Mew, which sounds adorable, I suppose. And come on, I want to check it out. Oh, okay, you meant just the Space 4X. Yeah, I also cannot think of any other faction that only has one system in Space 4X games. It's a pretty cool idea though, and I like that people at Amplitude Studios are really trying hard to encourage us playing tall, because it's still just better to play wide, but maybe now it's better to play tall, but honestly, I still believe that playing wide is the best course of action you can have. Like, it gives you so many benefits to play wide, it really does. Anyway, let's keep exploring systems, and keep in mind, the more systems I explore, the closer we get to accomplishing the community goal, because it is the free weekend, and for each explored system we get just a little bit closer towards unlocking new free content for this game. So exploring systems I must. As many and as quickly as possible. So, with that in mind, let's check the hacking progress. So, I'm still hacking the minor faction, but I can hack some more things. Now, of course, the issue is there are no systems to colonize right now. I'm still busy researching xenolinguistics at a very slow pace. Well, I could just... well, there isn't really much to do, and I cannot hack and use the same system I'm currently hacking. That's the issue. So I can just wait until I can actually hack something. Unfortunately, you can't hack a system with planets until you can colonize those planets. That's the issue. So I'm looking for something else to hack, or for me to finish my research. Let's end the 10. And yes, I know hacking operation is unassigned, dear game, but unfortunately, there's literally nothing I can do about it. Alright, my probes still haven't found anything interesting. Forest is still uninhabitable, but I can explore some more curiosities, which I certainly will do. And I'm out of probes, that's unfortunate. I guess I will come back to the system at a later point in time. Now, I bet you're thinking that since the Umbra Qua is invisible, and only has one system as well, then it's a very good idea to just never make any military ships. And I agree with you, it's a very good idea. There is only one but. And the but is in the form of pirates. Pirates, unfortunately, have a tendency of getting detection out of the ships. So no matter what you do, pirates will always detect you. And if you don't want pirates disturbing your operations, you will need to create a fleet to fight them. But in my experience, even on endless difficulties, pirates can mostly be ignored. Right, I have now found planets I can colonize on the Care, which is wonderful. Care itself, Vale itself being a unique planet, which is quite glorious. It gives me a lot of influence. So I can now start the hacking process again. And okay, hello there, Temerian Tentagon. Been a while. I hope you enjoy the stream, and that's all I have to say, really. Yeah, I know, it's not a very eloquent welcome, is it? But that happens. Anyway, I have also not showcased this sanctuary over on Arcturus. So right now, the sanctuary, when you create it, it only starts with 0 population. And it basically slowly grows as your main system supplies it with food. And as it grows, this sanctuary, it will start supplying my main system with all the benefits that it can reap from being in the Arcturus system. Right now, it already starts giving me some super spots and some dark glitter, which is nice, even though it doesn't have any actual population on it. So, I can see that some kind of hacking progress is happening, so we have reached Bungus, and as you can see, Bundus has a defensive program, so this is another part of hacking. Hacking a system itself is easy, but there's an additional depth added to hacking itself. Basically, a defensive and offensive programs. For instance, a defensive program will slow down enemy hacking and whatnot, and I'll activate it on Arcturus as soon as possible, because right now what the enemy is doing is the enemy is counter-hacking. Basically, the enemy, in this case the Minor Empire, has some kind of defensive program running on their own system. I'm hacking them and they detect that. And right now they're tracing the hack, and they'll find out, as soon as they find out that I'm the one who hacked them, they will stop my hacking progress, and also they'll impose a debuff on my entire empire. Or potentially just on one system, depending on the kind of debuff they want and can, implement on me. Point being, I am now on a short schedule before those guys hack me back and interrupt and stop my hacking. So there's a little bit of hacking warfare going on in Endless Space 2 nowadays that you have to take into account. So, but my program ends in just 1:10. I don't believe the enemy has the time to finish their counter hacking, so it should be off good, fine and dandy. So there isn't really anything for me to worry about. I think the game audio might still be a little bit on the loud side. So I'll lower it just a tiny amount and you will let me know if it's too quiet or not. But looking at the bar, the audio bar, it should be fine. And Echius has another unique planet. That being, oh, it's Thor. Amazing, pilgrims would love to find this planet. Anyway, let's ignore that for the time being and let's check out a few of the curiosities we can find over here. So what is it? We found Honeycomb Scope. I always like it, it's a really cheap and useful upgrade to have. We found Imperious Gear Module. Interesting. And we also found the acid rain anomaly, which is never very nice to have. Well, I guess I'll keep exploring for the time being. Meanwhile, I'll check my other scout ship, and it has discovered the entire part of my arm of the galaxy, so I can just keep it here and have a check out of the new curiosities as we go along. And I actually managed to be the first person to search 10 curiosities. Again, Umber Aqua are amazing in every game. They're the best scouters out there that can just discover everything. And now this gave me 75 Hyperion, which is humongous. Not even in just every game. I believe Hyperion to be useful all the way into the late game, so this is a very nice big boon. Anyway, for the time being, I'll wait for this guy to actually get his probes back. Research a new kind of research, but first I need to check what planets I need to research. Well, hacking is still ongoing. What is the next system I want to hack? Let's see. I'll hack Echius, but after that, what will I want to hack? Hideaway is probably another logical place, but it does have a Savannah, and Savannah is always nice to have. 2 Ice and a Baron. No. Akayon, no. There are not too many interesting planets, I'll be entirely honest with you. I guess Savannah is the next logical course of action. Unless I go towards Lavas, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that just yet. So let's go towards Savannah. I'll skip rare F forms. Usually I find this fairly worthless research to get, unless you find a lot of Mediterranean systems around you, or other planets. Systems that have Mediterranean planets, I guess I should say. I'll just go straight into baryonic shielding. As much as tempting as this to grab Plasma Metallurgy, I was getting 75 Hyperion from the quest, so I don't need to rush it really. And I could also get off-world agribusiness actually, just to be able to talk with the minor factions, which is tempting. I'll probably get that, but I want to prioritize baryonic shielding for the time being. And wow, a lot of viewers and a lot of comments as well, so let me read them out real quick. So let's see. Oh yeah, I know I can create a second sanctuary on Arcturus. I was going to do that later, but for the time being I'm trying to expand to as many systems as possible. Right now I'm trying to grab Care, and I also want to create a sanctuary on Tora as well, since it is another unique empire. But yeah, I know that you can create more sanctuaries. And basically the way you can expand to more planets on a sanctuary, it's not because of anything you do in a sanctuary. As you can see, I cannot do anything whatsoever in the sanctuary screen. I just have to hack the system again through the hacking screen, but right now my hacking operations are busy. So yeah. Oh, also, Twin Peaks says that defensive programs don't do anything traces. Well, I meant that when you get hacked, or when you hack somebody else, that person who is being hacked then runs a counter-trace program, a defensive program I suppose, that then traces back on your hack, and once it reaches your position, well, it stops the hack. That's kind of what I meant. Since, yeah, indeed, this defensive program is here to increase my ability to defend against the enemy just naturally hacking me, which is a little bit different. I guess I should have been more specific. This is also why I'm not recording a guide right now, and while I'm live streaming instead, because I need to get back in shape of recording guides and also be more confident with what I say, and just, you know, make sure everything is in order. And, oh! Okay, the Dreadful Wolves says he or she was about to buy Civ Game before they saw this. I encourage you to check this game out. Right now it's free to play on stream for just this weekend alone, because it's a free weekend and there is no reason not to give it a try. It's absolutely an amazing game. If you prefer fantasy games, Endless Legend is also free, and it's like a fantasy version of what you're seeing. I mean, not at all, it's a different game, but resources are the same and the universe is as well. Anyway, I've been talking for way too long without ending my turn, so I'll do so right now. And my ship has regained some of its probes, so let's go ahead and use them on Care ACP, and then I guess I'll go back to Forest. And what have I found? I found some more Hyperium, so this galaxy is very full of Hyperium, wonderful. And we have started a quest to gain Behemoths. Now, as Umbraquois, I don't actually rush Behemoths at all, because, sure, I love Obliterators, and if you think I'm not gonna make any Obliterators, you're wrong, I will. But keep in mind, Obliterators actually cannot be stealthed, so you lose that advantage. Of course, that doesn't mean you shouldn't rush Obliterators as Umbraquois. You absolutely can do that. I just find it a good excuse not to rush for behemoth technologies, because I oftentimes do this every other race, and I'm looking for an excuse not to rush behemoths as every race I play as. So anyway, I hacked the manufacturing system successfully, so I can create a few things. First of all is I can create a backdoor. This is oftentimes a very nice and very useful thing to have. This will basically allow you to hack something from the position of a backdoor, even if you do not have a sanctuary, and more importantly, it will also increase the speed of hacking. Again, very useful. Next up, I can improve the image, which, as you might imagine, will just increase the relationship between manufacturing and me. Next, I can impersonate Ambassador. It's grayed out because in order to do that, some other enemy of yours has to be the sovereign of a minor faction. And since right now I'm the only one who has contacted this minor faction, well, there's nobody to impersonate, as you might imagine. I can uncover some secrets, which is nice if you're planning to do something specific with a minor faction, I suppose. I do personally prefer the improved image ability, but there are situations when you would rather uncover secrets, I suppose. And finally, you can hack the economy, which is actually very nice. It increases the yield of the minor faction, and you can use that even when you're actually killing the manufacturer. So this is absolutely wonderful, since usually manufacturers are best for the economy because they give you that wonderful and so valuable manpower that normally as Umbra Quality you have a very hard time of getting. However, for the time being, I'll just improve my image, because I want those guys to like me as much as possible, so that they will just start giving me more resources, and then I'll start hacking the economy on top of them liking me, which I believe to be a wonderfully devious move. So yeah. Next up, my hero has leveled up, and as you might imagine, even though we have very few populations, I'll still start with going for optimal operations expert, because I don't need to get the dust, and bandwidth, extra bandwidth is right now not necessary. You'll only start running out of bandwidth in mid-game at earliest, usually even later than that. So this is a very nice skill to acquire, but right now this is pretty much the only skill that would do anything meaningful to me. So this is the one I'll start with when I level up my hero. Next up, I'll keep moving my empire. Zakher is another fairly meh system. It has a few things I don't really care about. Well, it's a probe. Oh, it's Eteria. Again, a free planet system with nothing special on it. It does have a Mediterranean planet, which is ironic since I just talked about how bad their research is unless you find Mediterranean. Well, I discovered something. I forgot to check what it is before I cancelled the notification, and you just say you just wait until you have more probes and there's nothing else to do. Wait, there is something else to do, and that is to enact the Trusted Broker. I forgot about this thing. Basically, I want to make it cheaper to influence the guys over at Bundus, and maybe, just maybe I'll praise them. Right now, I shouldn't, because obviously I have already hacked their relations, so it kind of works like a praise, but maybe I want to do something with them later on, so I have loads of influence and I don't feel like saving it, so I might as well. And I'll drink some more tea. Answering a question from the chat, all games in the Endless Universe actually are related to each other. And the story is pretty much the same. You can, for instance, track the story of people from the Dungeon of the Endless reaching the start of what is Endless Legend, and people from Endless Legend reaching the start of Endless Space 2. I'm not entirely sure if Endless Space 1 was before all of that or not. According to the developers, Endless Space 1 presents an entirely different separate universe, which used to be true before any expansions came out for Endless Space 2. But now that the expansions did come out and we got the He Show, things start to look a little bit different, so maybe it is another galaxy, maybe not. I was asked to create a video about the lore of Endless Universe as it is presented right now, and it's a very interesting request. I'll try to do it at some point, but right now I'm a little bit confused by all of the lore myself. So as soon as I gather all of the info, I'll definitely do that, but not just yet. I don't have enough info myself. So I'll start hacking Echios. The reason why I want to prioritize this system is because from there it will be very easy for me to hack more sanctuaries. And by the way, in case you thought you are allowed to just have an unlimited amount of sanctuaries, you actually can't. There is a limit to how many sanctuaries you can have. And if you go over that, your approval will tank, just like if you were playing any other empire that expands as normal. So yeah, just in case you thought you can cheese the game as the Hisho can cheese it, you can't. So yeah, let's see what else we have. The Echo Expedition is now restocked on probes, so I'm just going to go ahead and I could explore some more curiosities, but right now I want to find as many systems as possible, again because of the community challenge most of all, because there is a heavy incentive to discover as many systems as you can. Next up, I want to colonize Vale, since it's a unique planet, nice and easy. And you should now be able to hear this cutscene. And I can see the bar moving up and down, so I think I fixed the issue with muted cutscenes, which is good. It is very good. So yeah. Apparently still says that Endless Space 2 retcons Endless Space 1. Again, the developers said something very entirely different, and that contradicts what you just said some time ago. I'll need to find that post, or maybe I just had them talk about it, or maybe I just talked with them in person and they changed their minds since then. They do change their minds every now and again, so maybe it does retcon, maybe it doesn't. Still, it just goes to show that Endless Lore is full of mysteries for us all, and I certainly want to try to assemble all of the lore and explore it in my free time at some point and bring it closer to everybody, so we can now finally understand what is going on. So yeah, either way, let's go ahead and do everything I need to do. Again, another thing to explore. Oh, why not? It is always so very important to explore curiosities. Normally I'll just flat out prioritize it, but again, because of this event, community event, I just want to explore everything I can as quickly as possible. How are we doing minor faction? Alright, I'm still gaining stuff, and as you can see, I started gaining manpower and science and the dust from them, which is very, very nice. And our Arcturus, I'm still growing my very fast population, and this will keep happening until I actually start increasing the food production, which will take a while. I'll not rush Endless Research Park and Endless World, that will have to wait for a long time. The Umbra Empire takes a good few turns to start to get rolling, but it tends to get also very powerful once it starts getting a big amount of population. So it's by no means a weak empire. I personally find it to be quite strong indeed. So, new research to be done. I'm probably going to go for off-world agribusiness so that I can talk with the minor faction, even though I don't need to. And that's about it, and there's nothing else for me to do this turn. I'll just end. Wait, hacking! I forgot about hacking. Thank goodness there's a notification. I remember back before the beta, or the private beta of the Penumbra update, there was this VIP only version, which didn't notify you when you were in hacking, and I kept forgetting to hack. Now, however, thankfully, the game does remind you to hack at all times. Anyway, let's go ahead and hack Bundes again, because I want those guys to love me as quickly as possible. I could hack Hido instead, or just create a new colony on Arctus or Care, but I believe that getting the support of the minor faction is the most important right now for me. And now, end my turn. Also, thank you to everybody who is watching this live stream. It's amazing to see so many of you here, and I feel great. Again, streaming more Endless Space 2 content. It's been a while, it's been far too long in fact, so I'm very, very happy. And Tentagon says that I shouldn't pronounce beta with such a strong English accent. Oh, I am speaking English, so even though it's an English word, I mean a Greek word, not an English word, I kind of feel obliged to say it with an English accent. Besides, my accent kind of lives its own life. There's very little I can do about it. It's a very weird accent. If I could switch it and change it and improve it, I probably would, but honestly I'm kinda happy with how it is, because you can't mistake it. Nobody speaks with the same accent like what I have. So anyway, we have now found the Cravers, and usually they would start saying how they are just anxious to eat me, although I am Ghost, so I kinda want to see them try. But right now they can't see me, because I'm stealthed, and I'll by no means introduce myself to them, because as soon as Cravers discover that I exist, they'll start becoming anxious to kill me. So I'll just hide in the shadows for now and let them not realize that I exist, and even better, I have pirates between me and the Cravers, meaning that chances of them discovering me are basically almost at 0, which is wonderful. Better than that, I can hack them relatively easily. The problem is that there are parts in the way of me hacking them, and it's very difficult. It's going to be very difficult to hack the parts because they are very close to Echius. They will counter hack me before I can hack them. Anyway, I achieved my quest over discovering 10 systems. Do you see how easy it was? It was very easy. So anyway, I can now just go ahead and continue with the next part. This time around I won't read it out loud because it would take too long, and I do want to showcase as many features of this game as possible. Trust me, I really like the story of the Umbra. It's quite interesting and fun. It's one of my favorites, in fact. I think Jeff Spock did a very good job with them. With the exception of this whole hacking empty planets thing, but I guess he had a tough time with that anyway. So now we have to reach 73 bandwidth maximum. It should be quite easy. I don't think I need to do anything to achieve that, really. So anyway, is there anything else I need to do? Not really, I can just end it. Oh, I see. So that's, so yeah. So Tentagon describes why he's annoyed with people pronouncing the word beta wrongly. Yeah, I'm sorry. Again, if I feel like I could properly fix my accent, I would absolutely do that. But this is going to be a very tall order for me. It's my accent. I don't think I can fix that ever. So yeah, that's like it. Anywho, I'm going to go ahead and keep playing and keep researching more stuff. So for the time being, I'm very tempted to grab multi-thread management because I have a lot of dust and I'm not really spending it on anything. Alternatively, I can get ready to colonize some other systems. So I know there are a lot of lava systems nearby. Oh, there's some fires in here. That's good to know. And the Brienne, it has ice and Baron. That's not very good, actually. Arcturus has more Barons. Okay, I guess Barons are something to consider researching. Hide, what does it have? Desert, savanna, lava? There are a lot of lava plants everywhere, aren't there? And Phagis is actually a pretty good system, and it has savanna, ash, and desert. I guess heading towards lava colonization is good, but for the time being, I guess I'll just grab Arid. Also, grabbing Arid will give me access to magnetic fuel generators, which I guess ain't that bad. But multi-thread management I think is more immediately useful, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that. This will allow me to get more scout ships as well, if I decide that I need those. I'll also get infinite supermarkets to increase my... I won't do so yet. The first thing I want to do is get more food as quickly as possible, which reminds me that what I need more than being able to get more, to use up my dust, I need botanical scanning. Basically, as Umbra, in my opinion, we need to get as much food as humanly possible. So, anything else I need to do? Let's see. How is hacking going? Hacking is going fine. I'm about to finish hacking the 2 systems I started hacking. So, everything is good on that front. I can see Unit Empire about to grab Echius, but do not worry. This doesn't stop me from hacking the system and creating my own sanctuary. It's a little bit of a shame they haven't colonized it first, because then I could create a backdoor. But then again, sanctuary is better. So yeah, I'll just end it. Oh, and it's the election. I didn't check what 10th time it is. I'll support the scientists. I like them, and I'm pretty sure they will do it regardless of what I picked. Oh wow. Maybe not then. And oh come on. Of course, I support the scientists. So they're the only faction out of the 4 I wanted to that could have won that didn't win. Oh, endless place. Space, I meant to say endless space, you trolley game. Oh well, I now have access to make love and not war and to the green fertility bill. I guess green fertility bill is a good one, so at the very least there is that. Well, apparently my chat is now discussing which beta is the best to pronounce. Beta, beta, buta. Buita. How about I call it Buita? I believe it's the most... I mean, it sounds the prettiest, doesn't it? Buita. I think that's what I should go for. Clearly, I'll annoy the least amount of people if I pronounce it like this. So, I don't even remember what we're talking about. I just know that this word was used somewhere. Oh well, doesn't matter. Oh yeah! It was about Penumbra Beta. So that's what we're talking about. I'm so sorry, please don't leave. I'll stop now. So anyway, some curiosities were explored. What was it? More Empire science production, that's always nice. Molten Springs and more science, again, very nice. Let's go ahead and keep coming back. See what there is to see in the universe. New solo quest started. So this is a quest that was part of a different DLC, entirely separate DLC that was released quite some time ago already. And it unlocks the whole Academy quest that happens before the endgame per se, which just leads into the endgame, which in my opinion was very much needed, because the way it was happening earlier on, it was the endgame just kind of happened out of nowhere with little background information for those who did not realize, did not know much about the Endless Universe. Now it's a little bit better. It tells you everything that's happening. It tells you about the leader of the Academy being busy with his stuff. It's nice. I'm gonna go for searching, because I believe it should be quite easy for me to discover more systems outside of my constellation, and the bonus for it is quite nice. Although, information is actually going to be very easy for us to complete, and in fact, in our current situation, it might be the easiest, so let's go for information. It changed my mind, even though I like this reward less so than the other one, but just to showcase it, I suppose I might as well, right? I might as well. So both hacks were finished. First of all, Echios was hacked, and the only thing I can do is create a sanctuary on Tor, so I'll do just that. And, sorry, I shouldn't have ended this cutscene. Cutscenes are nice, I know people like watching them, I like watching them myself. And again, I can improve my image with the minor function, which I absolutely will do. Now, next up we've got our laws to reenact, since unfortunately our government went through a rather drastic shift, and even though scientists were more supported, they're not represented in the government. Man, this feels way too much like real life right now, with the most popular party in people's hearts being out of the government. Okay, we're getting political. So, let's go ahead and ignore that, and for the time being, focus on the laws. I don't like Trust Broker, it's not really doing anything for me after a second thought, so I guess I'll disable it. Dust and Grab is nice, it gives me more dust and more food, which is very important for the Umbra Qua, since we do struggle with food and we need to grow as fast as possible. And Make Love and Not War will be nice at some point, but right now there's no reason to do anything other than the Green Fertility Bill. And I do believe we have some anomalies somewhere. I won't bother checking. I assume we do, and if not, that's a little bit of influence that I can't really part with. It's not a big deal if I do. So yeah, with that in mind, everything is in order, my ships are exploring, and again, I'm not saying hi to the newly discovered empires. I want them to ignore me for as long as possible, because Endless AI is super aggressive, and as soon as they can, they're gonna try to murder me. And, oh, congratulations, Tentagon, for passing your test. I remember the times when I was at university and I feel so good not having to study. Anyway, my girlfriend is studying right now, in fact, and yeah, I wish her luck since she's actually really busy with that as well. But hopefully it's gonna go really well for her. Anyway, going back on topic, let's go ahead and move all of my fleets. Let's see what else we have. Nos. I keep thinking that Nos is named after Nos, that being the community member, one of the oldest, most veteran VIPs out there. And Nos is how everybody calls him, because we just cannot remember his full nickname. He's a very cool dude. Had a lot of fun hanging out with him every time we met. Anyway, let's go ahead and explore a bunch of curiosities, because I believe this is the quest I picked for the Academy quest, so this should be quite easy to unlock. Unfortunately, I am discovering curiosities for the enemy, but this also gives me the benefits. For instance, I unlocked a new battle tactic, so that's nice. And of course, you know, the Empire decided to colonize Tor. Hardly surprising, but also it doesn't matter to me all that much, since again, even though the enemy colonized it, I still have my sanctuary, and it will stay there unless, of course, you know, the Empire gets rid of a sanctuary. And yes, you can force enemy sanctuary to go away. So that's something to keep in mind. We'll see if the AI does it, we'll see. Anyway, what research do I want to pursue now? I have the most important ones in there. And I will go for multi-thread management now. I feel like it's a good idea to be able to spend my dust. I have a ton of it nowadays. So yeah, my relationship with those guys is going splendid. I could assist them, but I don't want to accidentally finish their quest. Right now, no other AI has discovered them, so there's no risk in letting them be independent. But as soon as other AI discovers them, the endless AI will just cheat their way to getting instant approval maximization with manufacturers, and they'll just almost instantly assimilate them. So as soon as I see the United Empire or the Cravers near the Duvians, I will assimilate the Duvians myself to prevent the AI from doing the same. But right now, I just want these bonuses, so I'll keep them as they are. Of course, if I assimilate them, this will create a sanctuary on the system, which is a good thing, of course, but I do want the manpower to generate. They can give me more manpower than I can generate myself, which is quite important. So anyway, let us go ahead and keep exploring for the time being. No reason not to. And that's, I believe, it. Let's end my turn and I'll drink some tea while reading the comments. Oh yeah. It's nice seeing my viewers toast to each other's success. I also wish you the best of success. And such hammer is drinking coffee? Well, coffee is something I would love to love. Like coffee, when I think coffee, I think of something classy, something that is just really nice to drink. And when you say that, oh yeah, I'm drinking coffee, I imagine somebody posh, somebody really like a gentleman of sorts. But the problem is, I'm laughing because my girlfriend is now offering me coffee, knowing that I will refuse, because the problem is, I hate coffee. I tried liking it so many times before, and I just hate it. I love tea, but I despise coffee. As much as I wish I could drink it. So yeah, tea is all I can manage, unfortunately. Not that I complain, tea is still delicious, right? So anyway, I'll go for atmospheric filtration. And I'll go ahead and see if there's anything I can queue up on my main system. Let's see what we have. Getting more approval will not get me above the threshold to make my people more happy, so there isn't much I can do about that. But as you can see, my Nexus is currently overpopulated, and you never want that to be the case. So I can do two things. I can either increase this crescent into a dual crescent, which will give me more, as you can see, it will give me more space for my population, but only one more space. Or alternatively, I can colonize a different crescent, which will give me extra 4 slots, which is a better option, and it will also give me more industry production as well, which is a preferred thing for me. So that's what I'm going to do right now, and as soon as that is done, I'm going to go ahead and enact more, let's see, more food per population planets or more food overall. I don't have a lot of population just yet, so I'll start with intensive cultivation planning for the time being. Again, food being extraordinarily useful for us. But also let me showcase that I now have my first population on a sanctuary, and it already starts giving me some benefits. So if we look at my main system, the only system that is properly working, you can see that every FTSE type gets a benefit from there being a sanctuary. Be that dust, science, influence, industry, anything you think about gets bonuses from Sanctuary, and as you can see, those bonuses are quite high as well. So yeah, Sanctuary is absolutely amazing. So yeah, keep making Sanctuaries, as many of them as possible. Alright, let's check out some more curiosities. Again, this is my quest after all, so no reason not to. I got analytical engine. Oh, this is very good, I do want that. It gives you the dust per discovered curiosities, so you definitely want that. Got some red sang as well. Okay, let's keep exploring then. So since there's analytical engine, I do want to queue it up ASAP. It takes a while to produce, but it's still nice, I suppose. And I'll go ahead and end my turn. I believe I've done everything I needed to. And never mind, I forgot about hacking. I always do. I'm so happy they implemented this new update. So how is the manufacturing doing? I believe I should achieve maximum. Actually, no, I need to hack the relations again. Can do. Let's go ahead and hack them real quick. And once that is done, let's see. I could hack Hido, but right now I want to start hacking the United Empire. Or I could instead... Oh, I'm gonna hack the Cravers. So the reason why I'm doing that... Actually, no. Cancel. Ah, it's too late. Ow! Okay, so I made a mistake. So I wanted to showcase how you can make it harder for your enemies to counter-hack you. So by going a long route around from my system to the Craver system, I would have given me more time before the enemy can counter-hack me. But I made a terrible mistake, because firstly, Zeteria is already part of the Craver Empire, so they will detect my hacking attempt way before I start hacking Delphinus. And, to make it even worse, I'm going through United Empire's system as well, and they will also start counter-hacking me. So, I need to cancel this, which will allow me to feature another thing. When you right-click to cancel a hack, this will impose a penalty. I have to do this because I'll be counter-hacked either way. But as you can see now, my bandwidth is limited, and again, bandwidth is used for defensive or offensive programs. So now what I can enact is severely limited for a few turns. It's the early game, it shouldn't matter too much, but it's still something to keep in mind. Alright, I'll test the United Empire. I'll see if they're strong enough to resist my hack in time before I actually do properly hack them. We will see. So both hacks are ongoing, so this is excellent, and now I can end my turn and read the comments because I can see there is a ton of them. Alright, give me a second. Okay, too many for me to read them very quick, so let me just check real quickly, and I'll drink some tea as well because I might as well. I love the discussion about coffee and tea. I feel like my channel is the best place where you can discuss coffee and tea, honestly. And all manner of different drinks as well. Oh, Tentagon, I feel the same way. Like, the only passable coffee I ever drank was this kind of, what was it, pumpkin spice latte? Yeah, I believe that was it. And it was rather sweet and cold as well. And that one was the only coffee I ever drank that I would drink and say, yeah, it's okay, rather than, yeah, it's awful. So I guess our tastes are kind of aligned, I suppose. But yeah, as for tea discussion, I encourage you to discuss tea as much as possible. I personally buy a variety of different tea kinds, and but it's very easy for me to find a tea I like. I like almost every tea you can find, and I just like different teas in different ways, and that's basically the gist of it. Going back on topic of the game itself, let's go ahead and keep exploring things. Lyra has been found. I'll have my first contact with them. Now this is a faction that I would love to steal from the Zoltan, but it's a little bit too far away from me, so I can't really do that, I'm afraid. Alright, let's send a few probes out. Let's explore Curiosity. Oh, well, I'll definitely ignore it because I don't want random technology. This could ruin my plans after all. Research, yeah, there's that, yes, and I found the Harmony, yes, I know I did. I'll introduce myself to them, and only to them. Okay, let's see, what else they have? Court that awaits orders. Well, Court is going to continue exploring the galaxy, of course. How are we doing in terms of hacking? It's ongoing, that's fine. I believe actors... I don't need this hacking defense on actors, in fact, I'll disable it right away. Instead enact it on Echius, since it's at the forefront of my hacking attempts, so I believe it's to be a good place to place a defensive program. So with that in mind, I can just end the turn, I suppose. So yeah. Alright, next then. What do we have? A few notifications, new technology, few things that have finished in construction, and most importantly, man, my population grows very quickly. But it's good, you want that to happen. So in order to accommodate them all, I'll create another crescent, and since I have a lot of dust, I'll just buy out... I'll buy out the extra crescent because it's slightly cheaper than going the other way around. So I'll go ahead and do that. And speaking of which, what I'm also going to do is just very quickly get a new ship for myself. Now getting a new ship is actually cheaper than discovering curiosities manually by paying the cost. Oh, but I need better exploration power. Can do, I just need 2 more technologies in the scientific area, so pure scalar accelerators and eukaryotic sap, I guess, because it will give me the accelerators. Accelerator is a very fun offensive hacking program, so let's go for that. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and what else I can see. Gestad is a nice little system for me to find. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's explore the curiosity and let's keep on going in that direction. Because why not? I don't see a reason to prioritize one direction over the other. Things are going alright. Let's end the 10. Oh man, I'm so happy to see there are so many tea lovers that are also watching my channel. I feel like the thing that unites us the most is the endless universe and tea. It's just so wonderful. Alright, so now this is interesting because I have now for the first time ever hacked the United Empires, that being another major empires area, and the best thing about it is that they did not have any programs to actually detect me. They weren't able to detect me, they did not even start counter-hacking me, which is very great. And it allowed me to properly hack them. So what I can do is, I cannot create a sanctuary as you can see, because none of the plans are suitable, but I can do a few more things. I can, for instance, create a backdoor, which works the same way as if I used it on a different system. It allows me to hack from there, and it increases the hacking speed on neighboring nodes, which is fantastic if I were to hack the enemy capital, for instance. I can embed the sleeper. Now sleepers are basically spies. They are part of the enemy population that works for you, so they give me vision, and of course they also give you economic bonuses. You have already seen at the start of the stream me talking about a hero ability that makes sleepers even more powerful, but sleepers basically they siphon things for you, and most importantly they allow you to see what the enemy is doing. It's less so important in single player, but in multiplayer having sleepers is awesome. Next up you can influence politics, which is cute. Gameplay wise, I'm not sure how it's useful. Again, I feel like this feature is mostly useful in multiplayer rather than single player. So there's that. You can endure a figurehead, which, as you might imagine, wounds the system's hero. I loved doing that in Endless Legend, and Endless Space is no exception. And that's also equally useful in single and multiplayer. Again, more in multiplayer because when you play on Endless difficulty, the AI just doesn't care. It can easily heal everybody. You can jam the commands, which I forgot what it does. What does it do? Ah, Detrimental, it helps you with ground battle, I see. I forgot about this thing, honestly. I never used it, so that's why I forgot about it. I guess it's useful. And finally, you can abduct a sleeper. Now, in order to do that, you firstly, of course, need to have a sleeper on a system. And then the sleeper will become an Umbral Shadow. Umbral Shadows are not just your typical population. They're super powerful. They're just a new population type for you to have, and they're amazing at everything you do, which is why you want to create as many sleepers as possible. But what I'll do right now instead is, sorry for coughing, I'll create a backdoor instead. Man, I'm really sorry, something is stuck in my throat. I'll need to drink some more tea. Alright, I feel better now, sorry about that. So I'll create a backdoor and then I'll start embedding sleepers everywhere. So now I have a backdoor, and as you can see, if I have to hack something, I can start hacking all the way from this position. Even though the system doesn't have my sanctuary on it, it does have a backdoor, so I can just go for the main system for my enemy. So the issue with that is that the enemy trace might discover the backdoor. But honestly, this is not a big issue for me because I don't think the enemy will actually run a trace program at all. And if I really wanted to... Oh yeah, no, I do not own this system, so I cannot actually protect the backdoor system. This is the weakness of backdoors, but they do increase the speed of you hacking neighboring systems. So that's important. A new quest to find atmospheric curiosities. I might do it quite easily, actually. Oh yeah, and the minor faction. Again, I will... How are they doing it as of approval? I'm at maximum, honestly. So what I will do now is I'll just hack their economy to increase their usual yield. I don't have to worry about them disliking me for this. They do not know I'm doing this to them, honestly. And now I just get more stuff from them, which is wonderful, because I really need to have as much manpower as possible. This increases my... Actually, did I complete my quest? Oh, I didn't. I didn't reach my maximum amount of bandwidth. So yeah, I need that, and hacking the enemy yield will help me reach that quest, which is very, very good. Right, let's finish everything else there is to do. I found the homeland of the Cravers and I found some Kerberos. Might as well reveal myself to them. Again, no reason not to. Where are they? Very close to the Cravers and nobody is doing anything about them. I'll praise them. No reason not to. They'll potentially give me some benefits at some point. So I might as well. And my scout ship, well, it has a lot of things to explore. Let's send out some probes and also try to find the middle of the galaxy if at all possible. And then keep exploring. Actually, I still have a few more probes, so I guess I can check out this area as well, since I went the other way around. So with that in mind, I believe I'm good. Let's end the turn, read some more chat. Ooh. Yeah, tea is also absolutely amazing when you have a cold. I absolutely 100% agree with that. And especially... Okay, I'll say this right now. I don't like sweet tea. I never put any sugar in my tea. I don't put milk in my tea. I just use different tea blends, but that's about it. But if I'm sick or have problems with my throat, which does happen relatively often since I'm a streamer and a YouTuber, so I need to take good care of my throat. So when that happens, there are two things that I absolutely recommend. One is a tonic made out of ginseng, and the other is tea with honey, ginger, and there was something else, but I forgot what it was. But basically it's very good for your throat and helps it way better than anything else could in my book at the very least. So I do wholeheartedly recommend that. Alright, let's get into interstitial sciences. I should have gone for this sooner, but I feel like I could wait. Now I need to have more science. It's gonna be very important. And let's keep grabbing more crescents since I still have overpopulation problems. So yeah, let's deal with that. How many sanctuaries do I have? 4 out of 7. This is fine. And so yeah, let's see what else I have. My system. Oh yeah, this ship waits for me to have enough detection ability, exploration ability to check curiosities on my home system. So let it wait for one turn, and I guess I might as well send 2 probes out to try and find some other empires. So maybe there was somebody. This is an entire arm of the galaxy. I feel like there has to be somebody else out there. I might be wrong. I mean, galaxy generation is partially random, so I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. Alright, how is the hack progressing? I only have 1 hack going on, and... Oh, I have a trace of Operation Equus. Ooh, I spotted an enemy hacking operation passing through this node. My guess is that it's one of the AIs, probably the Empire, hacking the Cravers, or the other way around. I don't think this is somebody hacking me. I doubt any of the AIs know that I exist, but this is still nice. You can still counter-hack somebody even if they're not hacking you, which, I mean, I like this. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hack... Yeah, what do you want to hack? I want to hack NOS, because this will allow me to embed a sleeper on NOS, which is going to be nice. And on Libra, I'll create another backdoor. The more backdoors you have, the faster your hacking is in the future, so this is always nice. So yeah, I'll drink some more tea, since we... the entire chat is now talking entirely about tea, and I don't discriminate any tastes when it comes to tea, honestly. As long as you like tea, even if you don't like tea, I mean, I don't judge, but liking tea in any way is awesome, and honestly, tea is such an amazing tea that whatever you do with it, if you enjoy it, it's great, and there's so many things you can do with it. That's another amazing thing about tea. Coffee, I guess, also works, but again, I don't like coffee, so I cannot really talk about it too much. Alright, since my quest is to get more bandwidth, I'm going to give my hero more bandwidth ability. Move my scout ships around, and I should be now able to... No, I still don't have enough exploration power. Right, I need to probably get even more. Well, I guess for the time being I can go ahead and explore some other curiosities. I'm pretty sure I missed some. On the Briannia. Okay, let's go over there. Meanwhile, let's see what else I can find. Now, there were a batch of lava plants I could go ahead and grab, but there are also some other places I can potentially, you know, get my sanctuaries on. But what I really want to showcase are commercial frameworks. So I'm gonna go ahead and rush this technology, even though I can make more sanctuaries. But right now, my hacking is kind of occupied with everything, so I guess it doesn't hurt not to explore more planets to colonize, so that is fine, I suppose. Colonize, create sanctuaries on, I mean. So, with that in mind, let's keep checking things out. I did mean to say something else, but I forgot what it was. Wow, okay, that's my faction quest. No, the academy quest is done. So, we found make a choice. I love militarists, let's get them. Besides, I prefer money as opposed to losing science, so let's go ahead and get that. And major political crisis, I mean, who doesn't love a little major political crisis every once in a while, right? They're fun. Right, let's see. I got the probe microfactory, which is nice. Decreases the probe cooldown. And let's see. New quest to seek the unique, so let's see what I can get. Well, the only option I have is singular, colonize or create outposts on 4 unique planets in less than 15 turns. And I'll in return get a new hero for that. So this should be quite easy. Actually, not necessarily. I don't think there's another unique planet I can create. There is. I can create a sanctuary over here on Raya. I like this idea. I'm probably gonna go for that, and this will allow me to fulfill my academy quest quite easily. So yeah, Umberqua, as you might imagine, pretty good at finishing the academy quest. As other empires, I have a much harder time doing the academy quest, but again, Umberqua are just amazing. Alright, let's keep moving out of here. That's the dead end, we don't need to do anything else in here. And over here, I'm guessing this is the dead end, so I'll send a probe in there. And 2 more probes in that direction, again hoping to find somebody somewhere, and then I'll keep going. Who's that? The Vodiani, alright. We have found them. They're probably doing poorly, aren't they? Vodiani are doing horribly. The AI never figured out how to play the game. Hardly surprising, but they need to get some love from the AI developers, they really do. They're awful. Anyway, with that in mind, I'll just go ahead and end my turn. I don't believe there's anything else to do, right? Yeah, I have hacking going on 2 of my systems. And I haven't... Wait, I have reached the other areas, so what I can do right now is activate my offensive programs. So first of all, I can get Accelerator on Libra to make it work faster. I don't need to do that, but there's no reason not to, honestly. Because bandwidth is not a resource like your other resources are. It's basically bandwidth. You can allocate it, you can stop allocating it at any point you want. And there's a limit, so using it doesn't mean you have... I mean, it does mean that you can't use as much as you possibly can, but using it doesn't spend it, you just use it, utilize it. So it's fine. And I also activate Piggyback on NOS, so that, again, I spend less bandwidth on other things, which, again, doesn't actually matter. I'm just doing it for the fun of it. Ooh, Sledgehammer, do you really not like the Endless Legend soundtrack? Or do you mean Endless Space 2? Well, either way, I'm really surprised. I thought those soundtracks are absolutely amazing. Anyway, let's see. Survey is in. Well, surveys always lie. Maybe not always, but they tend to lie, so I can't tend to ignore it. Market-wide price increase. This would be a great opportunity for me to sell things on the marketplace, but I can't do that yet. What I can do, however, is increase... Let's see. Construction buyout and ship buyout reduction system. This isn't bad for my main system, since I might be doing it a lot, since my main system is the only system that I'll ever do this thing on. But if possible, I'd much rather go for some other luxuries, which is why I won't modernize my things just yet. Alright, let's see. Hacking operation successfully traced. So let's see. I can shut down the hack. Or I can stand down and allow not to make a move. I guess I'll shut it down. Whatever it is, it will give some empire other than mine an advantage in something. Let's just meddle a little bit. Let's shut it down. No reason not to, right? So yeah, right now I'm only able to shut down the hack, but there are other options for you to employ later on as well. So yeah, let's see what else I can do. My faction has been discovered, so let's start the negotiation and meet them. No reason not to. And oh, I finished my faction quest. Excellent. So I got the wildlife unit. That is nice. What else I have? Some more faction quest writing, which is again awesome. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I can either enlist her, that being the hero who was in the cutscene, and I just need to inhabit 6 systems. Easy to do. Or I can unbed and hack through IC4725. Where is it? IC. Do I see IC4725? I do not see that. So by no means I would want to do this other quest. Besides, killing this hero kind of feels mean. It would give me accelerated neurotics, which I don't know if that's really all that necessary. Let's just enlist her. It's easier to do and it gives you a new hero, and having more heroes is always very, very important. So yeah, with that in mind, let's see what else we have to do. Bunch of things, and somebody completed an objective. And what else do we have? Let's move over my fleets. Let's check my things, and oh, how to get the food improvement? What's food improvement? You mean I'm better at the crop seeding? Well, I'm getting it right now. So if you're talking about that, I'm already getting it. If you meant something else, Twin Peaks, I'm not sure what you meant. So anyway, let's see. I am getting a new colony on Crescent. That's good. At some point, I'll probably try to get Endless Research Park and Endless World. This is absolutely amazing for the Umbra Qua. But I do want to have more food, honestly. Even more food is amazing because of how the Umbra Qua works. After that, I'll probably try to rush it. And I'm using the word rush ironically because there's no rushing involved. Alright, what else do we have? More places to find? Well, let's send a probe out into empty space and see what I can see over there while I keep exploring. And there seems to be nothing else I need to worry about right away. Still hacking, and I'll be done in 1 turn on both of those. So that's good. And I'll drink some more tea. This is the in-game music of the Dreadful Wolves. I do have a bunch of music DLCs enabled as well, because there was a lot of music added to this game, but with every DLC there's music added as well, and there are some music-only DLCs for Endless Space 2 as well. I have all of them, as it turns out. So right now this track I believe comes from a DLC, but honestly it's been so long, I'm not sure. Personally, I really like Oh! I now know what Twin Peaks was talking about. So this is more important than me talking about music, I suppose, so let's talk about this. Twin Peaks was talking about the Red Sang improvement, and yeah, it would absolutely be amazing to have it. The problem is, I can't find a source of Red Sang. Actually, I would just need to look for it now. Red Sang, do I see any anywhere? No Red Sang there, no Red Sang here. Of course I can buy it, but okay, the nearest source of Red Sang is on Delphinus. Very far away. Yeah, I think I'll go for something else. I agree, Red Sang would be an amazing improvement to get, but it's just too hard to generate. Then again, I only have 1 system, I can just buy it from the marketplace. That's a good idea. I could do that. And I think I will, so... this reminds me, there was something absolutely critical I forgot to do. Boost my population. There's no reason not to. We only have 1 population, and by spending a little bit of dark glitter, you can double those, your population's growth speed and their income as well. Which in this case is +1 science, +1 bandwidth, which is quite great. Now, my population have reached the 10 population mark, threshold, which gives me more pacifist income. Next up we'll get more influence, and finally at the end we get even more hacking speed, which is quite great indeed. So yeah, let's go ahead and keep moving, and... oh yeah, both of my hacks have finished, so let's check out NOS real quick. NOS is the small system, so let's go ahead and embed a sleeper right there. I already have a backdoor, so might as well embed a sleeper. And as for Libra, look at this wonderful, wonderful icon. This is what happens when you hack something as important as the enemy home system. So I can topple the government, which causes anarchy and forces a different government to what the enemy has. But industrialists, they're good. So actually, you can select a different government. So I can just mess with the enemy You can just mess with the enemy political stance by quite a lot, which is a lot of fun. You can scramble navigation, which is really mean, like ridiculously mean. You can support revolution, which again, spawning pirate ships. This is what I will have to do whenever I play against Gameslayer, my friend and or arch nemesis next time, because he never makes fleets unless I force him to by declaring war on him. But now I can just support revolutionaries, and then this will be amazing. And I can already see Twin Peaks encouraging me to use that option. Maybe, but I was thinking about something else. Finally, I can use server ID duplication, which will allow me to steal technology, which is nice. Plasma metallurgy. I don't think I'll just grab it though. And finally, I can abduct a sleeper from the other place. And I can also infiltrate scanners, which is nice because obviously I'll get some vision. The thing that I want to do the most is create a sanctuary, but I need to get sleepers on it first. And oh yeah, I can't actually get a sleeper in here. Strange, I swear there was... Ah yeah, they changed it, didn't they? I forgot... I needed to check the patch notes. Oops. How do you get sleepers on the enemy main system now? Because I don't quite remember that. Well, this is and again another reason why I'm not yet ready to make a guide, because there are some things I'm not myself quite sure about. There was a way to do it. There was a way to get sleepers and create a sanctuary on enemy homeworlds. I just I don't remember. Infiltrate scanners? Oh yeah, there we go. Infiltrate scanners. That's what you gets your. Sorry, I was blind. Thank you. That's what it was. Thank you very much, Twin Peaks. I was staring right at it and I couldn't see it. Yeah. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's get our sleepers, and as soon as possible I'll get the Sanctuary. The reason why I'm rushing Sanctuary is because I have the Academy quest, and there we go. And I really want to be able to complete it, because the more heroes you have, the better. So yeah, thank you again, that's very nice. Also, I forgot to show you how sleepers operate. So as you can see, I have a sleeper right here. This is the Harmony that has decided to switch sides over to my side. So even though they are the enemy's population, they now work for me. And this allows me to see what the enemy is doing. They're working on an economic behemoth. Oh yeah, they have been unlocked, haven't they? I didn't even notice, actually. Shame on me. So yeah, behemoths are now a thing. And they're working on an escort ship, and I cannot quite check what is on the enemy system, but this already gives you a good amount of insight, which is quite nice. And when you check out our very main home system, you can see that I keep getting more and more income from all kinds of different manner of things, so that's nice. And of course later on I'll be able to abduct a sleeper, which is very nice indeed. For the time being, however, there are not too many reasons to have a sleeper other than being able to, of course, create a sanctuary, which is in and of itself a very, very nice thing indeed. And congratulations, Sledgehammer, on downloading Endless Space 2 to a different drive. Get it as quickly as possible and play it. It's amazing. And make sure to help us to unlock the community achievements to get new content for this game for free. This will be great. Yeah, basically, Updated Studios is the most user-friendly or the player-friendly studio. They just release a ton of free stuff for their players all the time. And they have very, very affordable games as well. Like, their pricing is much lower to what you see from regular AAA titles. And honestly, their games are very well put together, so they could ask for more, but they don't, and it's amazing. So yeah, and also they have this whole VIP program I'm a part of, where they just have players that are dedicated community members help them design the games, which is boom awesome. And on top of that, they have Games Together program, which allows everybody, not even the select few, but everybody, vote on new things to be added to the game. Again, like, they're so smart with their business decisions. I'm really happy, and I hope they'll keep growing as a studio. Honestly, if not the fact that they work in Paris, I would 100% apply to work for them. But they only work in Paris, and I don't want to move to Paris. So yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, let's keep talking about the game itself, shall we? I'm going off topic. So, new objective: search curiosity on Karana when I'm ready to give up a bunch of stuff. I'm ready to give up a bunch of stuff. The problem is I don't have 5 adamantium, so I guess that's not gonna happen just yet. Anyway, let's discover a bunch of other curiosities right there. What do we have? We got aurora waves and some more influence. That is excellent. more Empire Science and Anomaly for Ancient Ruins. That's nice, and also some extra vision, which is very nice indeed again. So let's go ahead and... Wait a second. Wait a second, I need to check something real quick. Just give me a moment. This has nothing to do with the game, just with my stream. But no, never mind, everything is fine. I was just making sure if it is. Sorry, I'm back in game now. I'm focused. My bad, I just wanted to confirm if everything is working. It seemed like something broke, but it didn't. Alright, let's see now. Do you have any other curiosity to discover in this area? I do not, it seems like. So what I'm going to do for now is just send another probe in search for other places to discover, and then now just let this code go on auto explore to see if there's anything else to find in this galaxy. So how are we doing on my main system? It's growing rather quickly, which is good, but I need more industry work actually. I need quite a bit more industry. Commercial frameworks are almost done, but I still do not have enough industry. Again, a little bit of a problem actually. I need to get behemoths actually. As ironically as it is, I did say I want to play without behemoths, but I feel the need to get behemoths. Oh well. For the time being, what I really also want is to get the next level of this tree, so I can get another law enacted and also more speed for civilian ships. Doesn't matter, but I want to get access to more stuff over here to research, of course, as well. So go ahead and grab... You know what? This may get a challenge. Let's try not to get behemoths and see if it's viable not to reset behemoths. I always reset behemoths because they're so versatile and useful. So just one time, I'll not do it. I'm curious to see if it's actually in any way, you know, feasible to pursue a no behemoth strategy, because usually I would say that it's a bad idea not to have behemoths because of how versatile and useful they can be. Oh, hacking needs to be done, of course. So right now I have 0 hacking operations. Well, let's change that real quick. Let's hack the enemy home system. And should I get another sanctuary actually? How are my sanctuaries doing? They're growing relatively slowly, but they could be growing a little bit faster, couldn't they? Could for instance grab Hido, which has... oh, it has the studious trees. That's actually very important. Let's go ahead and get them. I think it's going to be closest from care. Yeah, let's do that real quick. And then I could start creating a colony of Fijis actually, which is again a nice system to have. So yeah, firstly, my first focus is Libra, but everything else is also a nice place to colonize, so yeah. Let's end the turn, and a new election dawns upon us. So I'm going to go ahead and pick scientists. Maybe this time around they will be a part of the government. Well, they're a part of the government, they haven't won the election, but better something than nothing, I suppose. Right? That's not a saying, that's just me saying it, but still. At the very least, they are in. Well, I'll drink some more tea. Actually, I'm kind of sad I lost the religious party. They had some very good agendas, but... oh well, I didn't think about supporting them. It's too late. Alright, let's see. I can get more food per Umbral Shadows. I don't have Umbral Shadows yet, so this would only give me the secondary effect. I can get Dirty Hands Act, which I want. And Green Fertility Bill. For now, it's the best thing I can have, I believe, so let's just keep it as it is. I found the homeworld of the VoD. Nice. Well, I guess I can just keep moving, keep finding more things. And a slingshot. Well, let's lose some health. And finally on Xanados we have even more curiosities to explore. Again, I'm technically speaking helping the enemy by exploring those curiosities for my enemy, but because I have a chance of getting new battle tactics, I still believe it to be better for you to discover as many curiosities as possible, rather than leaving them unexplored on purpose for the, so that the AI might miss them. The AI will discover them sooner or later, so I think it's a good idea to just discover them ASAP. Right, let's see. Can I get... Alright. I wanted to get Trade Company HQ as soon as possible, but I want Endless Research Park in more than that. Can I buy out something? Not yet, but I will be able to buy it out soon. And yeah, let's move some of my population to increase the approval. I am happy now. I'm not sure what I did to make my people happy, but I'm happy that they're happy, because then everybody's happy. How many times can you say happy in a single sentence while still being happy and not being unhappy from saying happy too many times? Okay, I'll stop now. Anyway, hacking is going well. Let's go ahead and end the turn. So, the downside of the Umbra Qua is, if you're a streamer or a YouTuber like I am right now, is that there's less action going on. Of course, I can't start making a humongous fleet and start conquering the enemy as I normally would. But this, and I hate to say this, it really goes against what the Umbra Qua are best at, honestly. Since Umbra Qua is actually, like, I think the Employed have managed to do the impossible, and they actually convinced me to try to play as not warmonger. Because every time I think about the Umbra Qua, there are just so many incentives not to rush military and not to just kill people. At least not right away. Later on, I will kill as many people as possible. I mean, it's we were talking about after all, right? But either way, right now there's no reason to get any military whatsoever. The only people who can actually hurt us are the pirates, and they don't hurt us yet. They will just try to shoot down my ships if I get near them, but I don't, so it's fine. So yeah, I'm sorry for not killing people enough. I'll get to killing at some point. Right now it's just not feasible to do. I got some more science. And Shattered Crust and even more science. So, okay, science is always nice. I'm never going to say no to that. I can research some more of it. And I can also enact a new law since we reached the third era of the Empire Development Tree. Well, what I need the most right now is more industry production, however. So, AI labor, I do have sterile planets, since every single ring that I have on my home system is actually considered sterile. So this would be a very big boost to my industry. That's 20 per planet and that's 5 per pop. I have 4 pops on each planet, so it would actually be better right now for me to get new robotics, and this would also allow me to mine some adamantium. So let's grab that. Do also unlock industrial zones, which is nice, so let's go ahead and grab that. I do want to get the Galactic Marketplace as soon as possible, but it's not on the top of my priority list, I'm afraid. Anyway, I can get something new. I'll go for Brains over Backs. I don't need to have as much dust as I have, and science is always critically important in my opinion. So let's grab it real quick. Start working on the Endless Research Park, since, I mean, it is amazing, there's no doubt about that. It is very late in the game, 10:23 after all. I'm pretty sure AI can get it out of my hands, but maybe I'll be able to get it before they do. That would be nice. Anyway, I cannot afford to get Trade Company HQ, but I probably can get... No, I cannot get... Okay, I can get Infinite Supermarkets. But I can also get them without delaying the Endless Research Pack, so there's no reason to spend my dust. I'll just save my dust for later, for when I do actually need to spend it. How are you guys doing? You're doing great. I'll praise them. Do you know what? Do you want to know why? It's because I want them to be maxed out so that later on I'm able to instantly assimilate them as soon as some AI empire discovers the Duvian. Again, better safe than sorry. Alright, let's end the turn. What do we have? We've got the Vital Statistics. This is basically a quest you can always complete no matter what you do. It's an easy one. So you just need to look at the rewards that you want to have. More industry production or more Hyperium. I don't need more Hyperium. But I don't feel like making ships, so I guess I'll just go for more industry generation and more dust. That's fine. What do we have? Faction Assimilated? Yeah, unsurprising. An Outpost Alert on Hidel. Well, I don't care honestly, because Hidel is already my place per se. It's already my sanctuary. I don't have any people on the sanctuary yet, but I will at some point, so that's fine. It does mean that the enemy is getting closer and closer to discovering my existence, I suppose. If they make some detection ships, they will be able to realize that I'm a thing. Anyway, let's go ahead and give myself more bandwidth. It's always nice to have. And Libra has been successfully hacked. Let's infiltrate their scanners, create a new sleeper, and go ahead and get hacking once more. so that I can actually create a sanctuary on the enemy home system, which is pretty great. And again, not much to do. I can just end the turn. Wait, no, I had chips that didn't do anything. Oh well, it happens. I'll just drink some more tea instead. And that's it, that was the final sip. And I feel mildly sad, because I know I will not be able to drink more tea for some time now. Anyway, the boost to Ember Choir has come to an end. Well, I have plenty of dark glitter, so reactivate the boost and make my population grow a little bit faster again. Oh, select quest started. What's this? I can either sneak a peek by orbiting the Academy system with a cloaked fleet, which will give me more movement points on Cloak. Absolutely amazing. Or I can distract by possessing 2 heroes on fleets, which will give me deep space research, which gives me use research per command points on fleets commanded by heroes. This is actually pretty great for late game, or end game in fact, when you have absolutely humongous fleets. But since, like I said, in my opinion, Ember Choir are the most peaceful race out of all factions in Endless Space 2, or in fact any Endless game ever, even including Dungeon of the Endless. In my opinion, it's best to actually just go for and sneak a peek. That's the best thing you can grab, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, I can just go ahead and explore more curiosities. Nice and easy. What do we have? We got Ancient Ruins, Animal Science, Antimatter, and a long season Animal Science, and finally some kind of quest to explore curiosities, which will cost me titanium. I have plenty of titanium, I can do this. Let's just wait for my ships to regain it. Regain probes, I mean. And over here, again, I can explore more curiosities, nice and easy. More dust, and a bunch of things, alright. Well, let's send some more probes and seek the core of the galaxy. Maybe I'll be able to find it, that would be glorious indeed. Alright, what else do we have? Well, you could just wait for orders. And that's it. Oh yeah, that's not it at all. I should research something more in terms of technology. So right now my main system is overly occupied with things to construct. So I need to get something that just gives me an empire-wide boost, if at all possible. So I can get the booster program, not yet necessary. Alright, anything else that gives me just empire-wide boost? I need to think. Trading with AIs. I don't want to talk with the AIs really. Being able to change, actually, right now I have democracy. Do I want to go for a different government at some point? Well, right now I don't have the influence to do that anyway, so that's it's not necessary to even think about it. Let's see. I can discover wormholes, that's probably a good idea actually. And it's something that doesn't influence my build queue at all, so I can just grab those real quick. Do I have access to antimatter anywhere on my sanctuaries? I do not. Alright, so that's not necessarily important right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and just go for, where is it, autonomous materials to grab the Hawking Radiation Delta. This also, of course, gives you another infiltration engine, which is very nice. It will actually boost our rate of expansion quite considerably, and also increase the rate at which you can hack. As for anomalies, I haven't actually seen any negative anomalies yet, so that's not really all that important, honestly. How is my system doing? It's doing fine. Actually, I could give it some industrial zones. And I'll do just that. Let's get as many industrial zones as possible. And you know what? Maybe I could expand this ring. It would be very expensive, honestly. And getting those industrial zones would cost a ton of dust, even though that's not a lot of benefit. It doesn't give you a lot of benefit, I meant to say. Well, let's just get one industrial zone, since I can't do that without me delaying any of my production. So let's grab that real quick. And then I want to get logic assigned industry before I do anything else. Actually, even before Trade Company HQ, I think. Yeah, because it will speed up the construction of literally everything else. So that's a good idea to do, in my opinion. And I'll keep saving dust for my other things that I can buy out maybe at some point. So yeah, I'm growing relatively slowly, and I'm not doing as well as I was in some of my other Ember Choir playthroughs. I'm not entirely sure why. I guess I'm doing something else differently. Again, another reason why I'm not recording a guide just yet. I'm not yet ready to make one. So let's see, what else can I do? What else can I hack? Ooh, there are a lot of interesting options, honestly. I can get some more sleepers, of course. I can abduct some sleepers, which is always very tempting. I can just go ahead and establish a foothold on Fajis. Let's do that. Let's start growing population of Fajis as quickly as possible. No reason not to, in my honest opinion. And let's end it down. So, again, welcome to everybody who's watching the stream. It's really great to see so many of you tonight. It's been a while since I streamed Endless Space or Endless Legend. Ergo, it's also been a while since I had this many viewers, since obviously my channels are dedicated towards Amplitude Studios games, and that's the only opportunity for me to see so many of you on my stream, which makes me very happy. Honestly, very, very happy. And thank you for being here. I feel very appreciated, and it's a one-of-a-kind feeling. So thank you for that again. And let's see. Yeah, actually, there's even, I suppose, I'm not surprised by the fact that there's more of you now than there was when I was a part of this big multiplayer narrative Stellaris event, because Stellaris is by no means a game that is of main focus on my channel. The only time I did cover Stellaris, it had abysmal views. I guess people really are not interested in that on it. Oh, there we go, a new system. What was I trying to say? Oh, yeah. What I was trying to say is that I was still very happy with the number of views I got on my Stellaris livestream, since I expected even less, but I assume most people who watched my playthrough of Stellaris was just because, you know, they were coming from the other channel, Republics of Play channel, to check out my perspective. But it's still so very great to see you guys, and yeah, I can imagine that a lot of people who are viewing, watching my stream right now are just checking if it's worth downloading this game, but I'll just trust me when I say it, it's worth to download this game for free. Besides, it's best, in my opinion, to check out if a game is worthwhile your time when you just play it. Especially since, you know, you don't have to pay for it, you can just play for free as for the rest of this weekend, which is great. Even though it's not weekend yet, so I don't know why it's called a free weekend. It should be called free weekend plus another plus 1 day, but I guess it doesn't sound as cool. Anyway, my home still has been detected by pirates. That is a problem, not a very big problem, but I should considering making some ships. Oh, I'm asked which Endless game is the best. Endless Space 2, in my opinion, no question about that. Endless Legend itself did the most for the industry. Like, 4X industry really was starting to get stale, with a lot of its mechanics being repeatedly the same and very boring. Then Endless Legend came out, and a lot of other 4X games started drawing inspiration from Endless Legend, including Civilization 6, I might add. So, and Stellaris to some degree, in my opinion as well. Certainly, in fact, Stellaris, I'm certain that they drew inspiration in some regards from Endless Legend. So yeah, Endless Legend really modified, changed the industry of 4X games. I feel no shame in saying that. So it's amazing, but I just like Endless Space 2 better. But that's maybe because I'm more of a sci-fi fan than I am a fantasy fan. When it comes to games at the very least, so yeah. Still, both games are very good. They're both very different games as well, so you need to check them out. Actually, I made videos on them as well, so if you want to check out my YouTube channel, my old PANCZASU channel, feel free to check it out, and this will give you a good insight into what those games are all about. The link is on my Twitch page for both of my channels. Pangolin Advisor is my newest channel. It only covers 4X games, for instance Endless Space 2. It doesn't have any videos about Endless Legend. If you want to watch my videos of Endless Legend, head on to the link that says PANCZASU. I know you can't pronounce it. It's the other link to my YouTube channel, and this one has a lot of videos about Endless Legend, including some first-hand guides, which are still, I believe, more or less in line with the current meta. Well, they are a bit outdated, but they should be still okay. Anyway, what do I want to research now? Galactic commodities or impactless sites. I believe galactic commodities are most important for me, so let us grab them. How is my research doing? Hacking doing? It's going fine. Where are my ships, however? I need to check out some more things. Okay, well, let's find them real quick. I believe this is the newest ship, so it's over there. That's not the newest ship, but it's relatively close to those wormholes, so go over there. Let's find the other ships, right? Maybe this one is the newest? No, it's by no means the newest. Okay, so it's the middle one. That's very weird that the newest ship is the middle fleet, but I guess it's fine. So this one is going all the way over there. Well, stop going there, head over to north and use this wormhole right there. So yeah. And Sudus is asking if you can steal technologies with hacking. Yes, you can steal technologies with hacking, but only if you hack the enemy whole system, like Twin Peaks has said. So, and yeah. What else I need to do? Nothing else. Oh, I have one more advice as to picking your game to play. Regardless as to what the requirements say, first of all, Endless Legend can be played even if you do not meet the minimum requirements. I was actually playing and recording videos of Endless Legend for many months before upgrading my PC, when I was below the minimum requirements, and I had no trouble. Okay, I did have a few problems at the late game, but it was fine, really. So, but I do believe that Endless Space 2 is less intensive in terms of its system requirements, because for the most part this is what you see, and it's not very taxing honestly at all, but it is still very beautiful when you watch the battle screen. So yeah, that's my insight in terms of performance. So anyway, I'll create a Sanctuary of Libra 1 and complete my quest. Which faction? Oh, I probably want to make a Sanctuary of Libra 1 to get the Adamantian. Yeah, I definitely want to. So let's do that. And I'll drink some... Oh, I have no more tea. I will not drink some tea. I'll instead drink some soda because I'm desperate and that's the only thing I have next to me. I know, disgusting, but what can I do? I just needed something wet in my throat. Which actually sounds very wrong, disregard that sentence. I just needed to drink something is what I meant to say. Alright, anyway, let's see. Let's keep moving. And somebody asks if softphones shouldn't be the best hackers. I'm not so sure. Softphones are dedicated scientists. Hacking, I mean, I guess I can see why you would consider this a science, but hacking takes mostly pressure from pure mathematics. And mathematics that don't necessarily... Then again, softphones everything that, especially things that are impractical, right? I'm not saying mathematics are impractical. I'm saying that previously the branch of mathematics which is now used in cryptography was considered to be, you know, pointless until people realized, hey, it's really helpful when you try to encrypt something. But what I believe is that cell phones, they just care for science's sake. That doesn't mean they're very good at destroying somebody else's code. I feel like this requires an entirely different set of skills. Besides, I myself know a few things about programming. I was studying it as well. And that doesn't mean that I'm good with, for instance, I don't know, assembling a self-replicating structure like a cell phone could. So I believe it works the other way around. I don't believe that an engineer who knows how to create, I don't know, a car would be very good with programming necessarily. They can, but they don't have to. So yeah, anyway, this event, obviously I'm gonna go for more science and less dust. So also increase the scientific ideology, and I got the endless research pack, so that's good, that's nice. So let's see, what do we have? Oh, my whole system is still stuck doing things, but research pack is here, and my people are now ecstatic, which is very nice. This will increase my yield in terms of food and influence, and also since my empire is also devoted, since I only have one system that gives me approval, I also get some extra science and dust, which is basically everything other than industry. Although I do need more industry, so, you know, still not bad. Anyway, research-wise, I was trying not to go for military for a very long time because there is no need to. I could just stay at home safely in my little corner pocket of the galaxy. But I will need to consider going for military soon, since pirates have discovered me, and soon enough, I believe that the United Empire will discover me as well. But I do want to grab impactless sites before I do anything else, and start being able to colonize lava planets. I don't see any antimatter anywhere, so there is no reason to research the ability to acquire antimatter just yet. Alright, with that in mind, anything else I can do? Any laws I want to pass? Not yet. Not yet. But hacking is a thing I can do. So Libra, right now... Hold on a second. Do you not have this thing completed? Maybe it will realize that it completed this quest at the start of next turn. I believe it will. It should at the very least. I'm surprised it didn't work yet. But I do have a Sanctuary on Libra 1 now, which is great. I'll keep hacking it. I could go over to Zderbia and start getting some secret agents over there. But I believe I will just want to keep hacking Libra. I'll get more secret agents over there, and I'll actually start abducting people and getting the Umber of Shadows, which is very, very good. Alright, let's see what else do we have. Nothing, I can just end the turn. So yeah, oh, regarding stealth and the battles, there are some specific stealth modules that are designed with battles in mind. And also, obviously, while stealthed, nobody can declare battles on you. I'm not actually sure, I didn't check that or didn't research that yet, if having the stealth technology just by itself... Actually, yes. The best thing about stealth is that just having stealth is good in fights, since while you're stealthed and if the enemy does not have detection, your ships will not be fired upon until they reach their desired range that you pick when you prepare for fight with by selecting your battle cards. These ones. So if my ships are stealthed, they should be able to reach those desired battle locations before the enemy can fire upon them. Of course, the enemy can have detection, in which case that will not happen, but just having stealth on your ships by default gives you I cannot speak. Gives you an edge. There we go. That's better. Anyway, survey. Seems like it's actually for the most part realistic, this survey. Doesn't matter. Hero leveled up. That's nice. What do you want? What do I want? I want... obviously more industry production. I don't know why I even hesitated. Let's grab that. Let's see what else is there. Oh, I got the new hero. That's wonderful. So, I should hate her. She's an ex-pilgrim after all, but she's now no longer a pilgrim. So I guess I don't hate her. Besides, she's really cool. I mean, look at her implants. That's awesome. No other pilgrim looks as cool as she does. And her ship is like, look at this. It's a very nice looking ship. Very nice looking ship indeed. So yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and give her some abilities. She is a Seeker. Seekers are the best admirals in the game by far, in my opinion, because you can just get from point A to point B super fast with Seekers. So she's going to be leading my fleets once I actually get any fleets. For the time being, I have no fleets, but I can still spec her into that. So I'll give her more free movement and more evasion on fleet, which are both very, very powerful things. And I guess I can have her scout things around. So I'll inspect her real quick. I'll give her some... Let's see, actually, let's reset the design. And let's go ahead and give her some better engines and probe cooldown. Yeah, she needs to have probes first, right? So let's get probes. It's better to just have more probes rather than increase the cooldown in this situation. But I do want her to have more engines as well, so let's just go for that. So one unit set of probes and 2 sets of engines. And that's it. That's all I... Wait, I can give her even better engines, so let's do that. I want her to be fast. And to have a lot of probes. That's too slow. Let's make her fast. So set ally and create a fleet. And I can actually only create it in a colony, but I'm not actually sure if this will work on hero ships. Basically, because you only have one system, you can choose another system, whatchamacallit. You can choose a... How are they called? Give me a second, I forgot the name of this thing. Sanctuary! There we go! Bam! You can choose a sanctuary system to create ships on. And in that way you can actually very nice and easily have your fleets instantly created far away from your home system, which is very nice. In this case, let's see, NOS is the system I care about, so let's go ahead and link my sanctuary into... I cannot link it to NOS. Right, I don't have a sanctuary in NOS, my bad. That's why I couldn't see it. I forgot I never made a sanctuary in there. Well, let's make it Echius, let's set it as a destination. So now I want to find out, I never checked it, if I can actually have her created on NOS. No, I cannot. She's created on the home system. That is a shame, but I mean, I did expect that to happen. I actually never checked it, so yeah. Let's get there, and let's get her over to towers as quickly as possible. She does have a lot of movement, so she should be able to get there quite quickly. And by their Tentagon, it's just that you are able to come by and check out the stream. I'm very happy that you were able to. And this is real fun so far. I'm getting a ton of viewers tonight, and I'm very, very happy about this. Again, I'll make a guide on this DLC as quickly as possible, as quickly as I feel confident enough, and the guide will be live on my Pangolin Advisor channel. Hopefully at the start of the next week, so maybe like Monday-ish or something. I'll play this game as much as possible to try to learn it enough to be able to do that. Anyway, do I want to get freedom? This would give me influences paradise. Extra influence plus sleepers, that's very good. Or do I want to get extra work industry plus sleepers? In my opinion, you really want industry. Like, there's no reason why you wouldn't want it, because this allows you to create a magnificent fleet that will just destroy the entire universe. And with just this one tiny thing, the developers gave me a way to become a fearsome warmonger despite playing as the most pacifistic faction in the entire game. And trust me, a warmonger I shall be. I needed to create ships anyway because my home system is now becoming, you know, in danger of being discovered. I need to start protecting it. I need to start fighting against pirates as well. Alright, Xenanos, let's go ahead and warp. And I found the cell phones, it looks like. Alright, well, I don't care about them. I also found the first bit of antimatter in the entire galaxy. Good to know. Well, I have no more movement points, so let's just send a bunch of probes in random directions. And get ready to move on the next turn. While I hack things, because on the mind I still have hacking enabled everywhere. Can I buy something out? Minus Union, maybe? No, I still don't have enough money. I'm actually losing money, believe it or not. Well, that's hardly an issue. I have so much in stock. And besides, dust isn't all that useful for me right now, is it? So it's fine. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Yeah, I believe I can. Well, do I have enough Studios trees? Like, I would rather use Red Sang for my level 2 modernization, but it's so hard to get it, whereas the Studios trees, they're not bad, but I still can't get a good bonus out of them. You know what, maybe I should go for Super Spads. I can get them right away, and also to allow me to buy things out faster. The most important thing, it's a percentage bonus rather than a flat bonus. And our central system is very much a system that has a humongous amount of fits income at all times, so percentage-based bonuses are what you care about the most. In this case, it's a different kind of percentage boost, but yeah, I think I'll go for that. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for. And I'm going to install it on HG. So this is going to delay my production of anything else, so I just get it after I'm done with Trade Company, because trading, I mean, you're gonna be very, very excited when you see how trading works for the Ember Qua. They're very good at their job when it comes to trading. Despite having the trait that lowers the ability to trade. So yeah. Alright, new 10, and oops, I tapped out by accident, there we go. Let's see what do we have. I completed my quest, which gave me more dust. This is wonderful, but I cannot really use that since I'm in the negatives. And I don't have enough to buy out anything meaningful anyway, so that's a thing. Market-wide price increase, and I just remembered I have access to the marketplace now, so I should definitely use it. So, prices for everything went up. This means that I have to sell things. So, what do I not need? I don't know yet, but the most important thing is that luxuries are also in demand. I want so dark glitter because this is the thing I use to improve the fitzy gain of my population. Instead, I'll sell other things. For instance, I'll sell Red Sang, since I'm not going to be using it. I'll sell the Studios trees, again I'm not using them. And lastly, the Transvine is also going to be sold. I will keep the Super Spads because I'll need them to increase my main system's development level to higher levels again. Possibly, actually, I probably won't. Yeah, I can sell them now. I don't need them anymore. And with that, I have a lot of dust. Now, next up, I can actually buy out some heroes. And I can almost afford, actually, I can afford one of them. He's a level 1 hero, however. And I'm going to get a new hero with a quest somewhere. Where was it? There we go. If I colonize... Wait a second, I was supposed to get this quest this turn. Oh, I colonized the wrong system! I see. I created a sanctuary in the wrong system, that's why I did not manage to complete this one. And I only have 3 turns left. Well, I should be able to do this, but oh, the enemy is now running countermeasures. Well, let's go ahead and walk on an accelerator real fast. Meanwhile, Fajis is just walking. It's fine. So yeah, let's go ahead and increase this hacking speed. Hopefully the enemy will not be able to counter-hack me in time, because I made a bit of an error right there. Right, Umbra Qua, well, it requires me to spend some Dagger Letter to boost their abilities. I'll do so gladly. This also speeds up their growth rate, which is very important. And finally, I can colonize a huge Savannah planet, which will give me some more deciduous trees and a Transvine. No reason not to do that. So, let us do just that. Wonderful. Anything else I need to do? So far it doesn't seem to be the case. Let's see, let's finish movement of all my ships. I do have one more hacking process that I can utilize, so let's see. What do I want to do? I can colonize more planets, even though obviously my sanctuaries are far from being filled, of course. But I can still do that, I suppose. I can also purge this minor civilization, but I cannot afford it. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Maybe I should get a quest from them, just so I know what it is, so that later on I can purge them instantly. What do we have? I have to ensure that the prototype ship survives in flight for at least 8 turns. Well, I'll easily fail this quest, but I can try to complete it. Basically the thing is, it's very beneficial for me to keep those guys as long as possible, because they can provide me with a lot of manpower. The downside is that I'm very afraid that the United Empire will discover them and then assimilate them themselves, which I don't want to happen. Then again, they still haven't assimilated Lyra, so maybe that was a little bit premature on my part. I think it was indeed. Oh well, my bad. It won't hurt me too much. At the very least, I'll still get a sanctuary on the system. Anyway, what do I want to colonize? Or rather hack right now? It's a good question. The creepers are everywhere. I could try to hack the pirates, but they will immediately detect where I'm hacking them from and I'll be forced to cease my hacking progress. I could instead... what should I do? I can get a new system under my wing, of course, there's no reason not to do that, I suppose. It will start growing, right? Yeah, I believe it would be a good idea. So let's go ahead and grab the Briannia. Nice and easy. Make sure I have as many systems as possible. I still am... Actually, I'm at my system limit. But I have no research queued up, so I can easily get the booster program, which will increase the limit, which will be fine. Then again, no, never mind. Change my mind. I'll cancel this hack, which will increase the bandwidth limit, but this is fine. It's not a very big increase anyway, not a very big penalty. Instead, I'm going to hack... I'll just keep hacking the United Empire. Or... yeah, let's actually start hacking the Cravers. Let's see if I can do that. Let's see if I can creep into their home system. That would be fun. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and finish my turn. Oh wait, do I have one more hacking enabled? Hacking operation left hand side. Oh yeah, research a third operation. I forgot about that bit. Alright, let's go ahead and hack something else. Well, with the third hacking operation, I can just go ahead and get NOS hacked again, so I can get some more sleepers, or kidnap my sleepers, which is actually a very nice thing to do. I would get the Umbra Shadows on my side, which would be absolutely wonderful. Alright, so what do I research? The booster program will be important, but I don't need to do so just yet. What I need to get is some actual battleships, since I need to start doing that. So the first thing I'll get is the enemy fusion, because I'll need to be able to convert some population into manpower. Which I know sounds silly, because it's hard for me to get more population, but it's also equally hard for me to get the manpower, and this might be important to get. Besides, I need to get my home system as defended as humanly possible, because I only have one proper system, right? Also, let's start working on applied cryogenetics so I can get the Him class ship, which is a wonderful ship in its own right. Let's end the turn, and the election is upon us. Let's support the scientists again, because they are wonderful. And the scientists actually won it. That's very, very nice indeed. And the military stuff bad, that's nice. Nice seeing how my people are slowly learning from me and becoming warmongers in their own right. This is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Anyway, system anomaly fertility. Oh yeah, the ecologist law has been disabled. That is a shame, but oh well. I can get more luxury resources. Not sure if I care. Star Boogie Bill. That's more tempting. That would allow me to explore more things. So either I get this thing, which will increase the upkeep cost in terms of influence by a lot, or this thing, which will cost less upkeep. And I do have a lot of things to explore, so let's go for that for the time being. Hacking operation traced. Ooh. Oh no, I was able to get Libra, was I? Oh, that's a very, very big shame. Well, things like that happen, and this means I'll fail my quest just because I picked the wrong planet to create a sanctuary on by accident. I feel very stupid, but then again, that is just normal for me. That happens a lot, unfortunately, way more frequently than I would like. Well, let's see if I can maybe hack Lyra. Maybe this place doesn't have anything, and if I can hack it, I can create a new back door which will help me hack Libra a little bit faster and more efficiently, which will be good. Right, faction assimilated by Zoltan. Yeah, they just assimilated the faction I was talking about. Go figure. Endeavor will just sit here, nice and easy. And my scout ship, just scout. I don't care where you go, just scout as much as possible. You should be able to do that quite nicely. It is Endertown. And I actually got some more tea made in the meantime. I bet you didn't see this one coming, so I'll drink it because my throat is starting to suffer quite a bit and I need to drink some more tea. Okay, my hacking operations are failing left, right and center. Not ideal at all. But in the meantime, what is really nice is that my my trading has been established. So as you can see, the moment I established the Interstellar trading, trading company, I started trading with every single system I have. As Umbra Choir, you do not need to make any subsidiaries whatsoever. You instantly trade with every single sanctuary you have, which is extraordinarily nice, very useful, and just a very, very big incentive to get trading done. This is also why the developers decided to give the Umbra Choir the fledgling traders trade, because otherwise the core faction would have been potentially too powerful because of how much trading they can do and how easy it is for them to do so. Well, anyway, what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and get the Briannia after all. Yes, I will suffer some approval penalties, but right now I'm on 100% devoted, so it's going to be fine. And oh! Actually, the AIs have discovered me. Yeah, right. This is the issue with the DLC that I have, is that the game doesn't tell me when somebody discovers you. You just have to realize that they have discovered... Wait a second, they haven't discovered me. They don't know I exist. And I can only... Oh, come on, I can only accept even though they don't know I exist. How does it make sense? They don't know I exist. How they could have first asked me to stop hacking them. Secondly, how can I be forced to accept that? How can they blackmail me when they don't know I exist? How can you... Okay, well that's some next level of stuff that the Kravers are pulling off right there. Oh, that's good to know. I guess I'll not be able to hack the Kravers in the future. That is a shame, but I guess that's what we came down to. All right. Well, for the time being, I'm hacking everybody but the Kravers, and yeah, that's it. Oh, I see what they're doing. That's a counter hack. I hacked them, I tried to hack them, but they traced me back and they're forcing me to stop hacking them. I see, that makes sense, okay. I'm glad I was able to realize what was going on because I was a little bit surprised for a second right there. Right, dear hero, explore new worlds and new civilizations. Deki is an empty system with just... Oh, it's Auriga! Hi there, Auriga! For those of you who do not know, Auriga is the planet that the action of Endless Legend happens on, whatever. And this is obviously after Auriga dies, so Endless Space 2 is a sequel of sorts to Endless Legend. So this is after Auriga has already got a code and everybody died, except from the people who ran away or potentially hid underneath. So yeah. Lore-wise, it seems like voters did the best on escaping Auriga, which I don't like because, I mean, I know that voters are, for some reason, the most popular faction in Endless Legend, I mean, in Endless Universe, and amongst the developers of Endless Space and Endless Legend, it is also the most popular faction. I just don't get why. Okay, they're not that bad, they're space Vikings and whatnot, which isn't terribly original, but not too bad either. They have nice aesthetics, I guess. But there's so many cooler factions in the Endless Universe. I don't know why voters are as popular as they are. I have no idea. Then again, I realize that in many games, humans tend to be the most popular faction anyway. But even humans have more interesting factions in my opinion. You know, the Empire is very fun. Or Croatia is kind of humans, slightly modified genetically, but still humans, so you know. Anyway, I'll drink some more tea while I pick my next research. And I want... Let's get focused, but actually, let's get high energy magnetics so I can get traceable armaments, because I will need them. A Wicked Elder says that the voters represent the humanity struggle. Yeah, I guess that's a good comment, but Stells, in my opinion, has a better counter-argument, which I agree with. There is a race of space Aztec samurai chickens. You can't beat that! It's the Hisho, and they're the best. They were my favorite faction in Endless Space 1, and in Endless Space 2... I'm actually not sure. There are a lot of factions I really love in Endless Space 2. I need to think about which one is my favorite faction. Hard to say. Anyway, a lot of things happened. Luxury prices increased, okay. Technologies were researched. Not successfully hacked, that's nice. Finally I was able to do something. So I can get another sleeper, or I can abduct a sleeper. I cannot create a sanctuary, however, so what I'll do first is I'll embed a new sleeper, then I'll create a sanctuary on NOS, and then I'll start abducting sleepers. Because firstly, creating more sanctuaries in my opinion is most important. Then again, I already have quite a few sanctuaries. But no, I want more. And then again, I want to showcase the sleeper mechanics. So yeah, let's abduct one. Because this is the most fun thing we can do. So we have abducted the sleeper, and I should be able to see it. And there we go, there it is. The Umbra Shadow. As you can see, it doubles the efficiency of its exploited planet. It's absolutely amazing. It's basically a population we converted into a ghost. They're incredible. They're awesome. And they can even be boosted. So they already give me twice their usual fixed income. But also, yeah, you need to have 2 sleepers, as I said, to make a sanctuary on a planet. But also, the most awesome thing about the Umbra Shadows is that you can boost them. And I'll demonstrate it right away. I just need to get 1 red sank. I guess I'll buy a few more. Then again, it's in demand, so it's expensive. But so I'll just buy 1 to demonstrate. And also other things because of the market prices, which encourage me to sell. I could sell strategic resources, but I feel like I might need them. So anyway, let's go ahead and boost my population. The Emperor Shadows even further. And bam! It does increase the overall bonuses, but it still increases their extra science bonus, which no, it doesn't sound like a big thing, but being able to increase their bonus even beyond what they have is humongous. Besides, keep in mind, it's still doubled because of their ability. So whatever you do to that, I mean, you still double it. That's great. Absolutely amazing.
The Empire welcomes all.
The Empire found out about me. Probably because of my hacking attempts. And they are now hostile against me. Actually, maybe abducting Sleeper makes it discovered. I'm not sure. I never thought about this. And I mean, judging by my past experiences, it is possible. Anyway, I failed the academy quest because of my stupidity, unfortunately. I can still make it work through some other means, thankfully. I need to level up a hero to level 8 and I'll get Empire Academy, which is very nice because I only have the original Empire population. And I mean, I also have Umbra Shadows, but you cannot grow them, you know, through all the means.
Will not tolerate this.
Zoltan forces me to stop hacking him. That's a shame. Yeah, he managed to track me down. That's a problem. I'm still hacking. The last operation the last hacking operation is still in progress, so that is something. Let's see, can I hack something? I do want to hack something, somebody, somewhere. Let's actually, you know what I'll do? I'll go roundabout way to the pirates. This will probably, hopefully, buy me enough time to get to pirates before they can hack me back, and this will allow me to actually get the bonuses from the pirates without them being able to stop me. Hopefully, that's my hope at any rate. We'll see if this works out in the end. Now, what else do I want to do? Can I inactivate? Yeah, I cannot activate the accelerator or piggyback just yet. I'll have to do it next then. Well, meanwhile, I'm going to move all of my ships around, nice and easy. I discovered the Cephalords, which, I mean, they look adorable. Do you know what they remind me of? They remind me of my Planarians faction from Endless Space 1. There was basically, at some point, there were a bunch of people helping me create a mod. There was mostly them creating. I was the one who was designing the races and factions, and there was also Planarians, who were one of the factions, and they were the first race implemented in the mod. Unfortunately, I was busy and back then, and I couldn't help with the project, and without my support, the project died, which I still feel guilty for, since other people really did a lot for the project. Especially Stealthhawk. He created all the ship models. He was amazing. He created the artwork as well. Like, should have made a mod. Should have made a mod back then, but I believe I was just unable to contribute, unfortunately. Anyway, let's start negotiations with them, and again, actually they like me, so they'll just start liking me more as we go along, which is wonderful. Meanwhile, those guys, they're already giving me some manpower, which is wonderful. And my main hero, oh, that's where those guys are. My main hero can now discover a bunch of curiosities. This is important because keep in mind your heroes, when they discover curiosities, they also gain experience from that. And this is the reason why I have her discover curiosities. I didn't just send her out there to scout, although this is also nice. I sent her out there to explore curiosities and gain experience from that, so that she's later on ready to lead a powerful fleet. Oh, I can either lose movement or become more pacifistic. I don't want to be more pacifistic, so I'll just sacrifice movement. Which is sad and annoying, but that's all I can do in this situation, so yeah, let's deal with that. Next, research. So, I need to start making a proper fleet and fighting the pirates, and I want to do so before I end today's stream. So what I'll do is I'll grab hardened alloys, which will give me access to basic railguns, they are amazing. Also some fighters and bombers, which are also cute. And once I'm done with that, I will go ahead and let's see what else I want to get. I actually have access to level 4 in economy and trade, but I feel like I kind of want to get more science maybe? Yeah, science is the thing I care about the most right now, so let's see. What do we want? I can get better bandwidth cost on hacking programs. I mean, this would reduce the enemy's bandwidth cost, and this would reduce my own cost. I said reduce. I meant to say increase. Man, I'm saying nonsense right now. Anyway, let's see what else I can find. I can colonize some. Oh yeah, there are still a bunch of planets I could potentially colonize if I gave it a shot. Let's see. Or I can just rush the Empire development stuff. I doubt there are any sleepers on my systems. This would be very surprising to me. Let's see, solar security operations and better company level on trade. Like, these are all good things, but no, I need to focus on science. Science is the way to go. Deserts, I don't remember if there are any deserts, Arctics and ice. Let's just check what I have. So these planets, they're nothing of the sort, but the Briannia has ice planets. Alright, let's go for ice then. Ice was very tempting for me anyway, so I might as well pick that after all. Okay, when it comes to production on my home system, it's now done doing everything I told it to, but still lacking very far behind in terms of what it could be doing. So, firstly, let's go ahead and grab, let's see. AI labor is the most important. It will further allow me to create more things. Also, look at how beautiful this crescent looks. This crescent... Crescents, I believe is. Okay, I should say. Look how beautiful they look as they encircle one another. I can even have 3 of them, which is awesome, but this only gives me 1 extra population slot, so I'll just create this crescent right there. And then I'll get more science, which is very important again. More Dust production is also going to be quite nice. Meanwhile, I'm also going to increase the power of my trading company since it's doing so well, so I'm going to give it more dust in science and luxury in science income. And I probably care more about luxuries than I care about... No, I care about science the most, so... Yeah, that's the point. I care about the science the most and luxuries more than I care about for dust. So let's go for that. Dust is still nice, so I'll still increase it by a little bit, but yeah, this is how strong my trading company is going to be. And I'm not yet ready to go to level 3 modernization. I could buy out some luxuries, of course, but they're quite expensive. Then again, let's check the most expensive ones and see what I could get potentially. There's Hydromio, which would increase my food gain. That's tempting. I care most about science and or industry production, however. Jadonics ain't that bad, but isn't something even better than that? Not really. Jadonics is really the only option I would have. Maybe I'll buy it at some point, but right now I don't actually have that much. No, I don't actually have that much dust. Anyway, as soon as I get hardened alloys, I'll start making my ships. And honestly, I probably should start making my ships ASAP for the same very simple reason that I was already discovered by United Empire. So getting some amount of defense is important. Besides, look how beautiful this ship looks. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's my favorite ship design in Endless Space 2 now. It used to be the VoD, closely tied with some other factions as well, but this, I mean, this beats everything else. It's out of this universe. It's so very gorgeously beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to give it, let's see, basic phase beam is not bad, but I think I'll give it just... I want to utilize the fact that I'm stealthed, and I don't know if the United Empire actually has detectors. But I have very powerful missiles, so I guess I'll just ignore the fact that I'm stealthed. And I'll go for a bunch of missiles on this guy. What else can I get? Let's see, let's get some defensive modules. Oh yeah, that's the downside of the Umbra Quad. They're not the best at defending, but they do have a lot of support ship modules, which is quite great indeed. So let's see. Let's give them an engine module. I don't have the H-Field accelerator just yet, so I might as well. Let's give them... Let's just give them the ability to repair a ship as well. Actually, no. Let's give it actually bonus science, because that's always nice. And now it's relatively fast, but it could be faster. Let's make it faster. Why not? Again, usually I prefer to have fleets that have H-Field fleet accelerators, which are a module that speeds up your entire fleet, but right now I haven't researched that yet, so that's not something I can even do. Actually, I don't need to prepare my ship just yet. I still have to wait a few turns before I'm done with production on my home system, so I still have some time. I doubt the United Empire will attack me straight on. I believe I have some time before that happens. But I need to start making a fleet, there's no doubt about it. Otherwise the NSAI will just crush me. So let's go ahead and do that, and blockade trading on care. Yeah, it's happening. As you can see, it's mostly because of the pirates. The pirates, as I said, they have the ability to detect me, including my sanctuaries and whatnot, so they are now blockading me, which is unfortunate. That's also why I need to start making some ships finally. But again, the Emperor Qua have this amazing advantage over other empires, that they do not have to worry about making any sort of fleets and ships all the way until middle game. By middle game, it's probably in their best interest to actually start making some, but before that, no reason to do that whatsoever. Right, my hero needs to wait a little bit more, because she's stuck on the system for 1 turn. Oh, that's fair enough, let's end the turn and drink some more tea. Delicious as always. So let's see. I need to renew the bonus for the Umbra Qua, and I will do so quite happily. Let's see, Academy has been discovered, that is nice, and actually I just realized the enemy might be hacking me. I need to get some defensive modules, so first of all on my capital, secondly on Hido. Oops, I went too far. Or I didn't click it properly. I have a lot of bandwidth, as you can see, so I can just apply those to basically any area that the enemy could potentially hack, that the enemy might know of. I doubt anybody's going to hack Fudges, so I won't activate a defensive module in there. I believe it's fine. Also, I'll go for an accelerator module on Lyra to get access to it ASAP. And I also go for piggyback on the Brianna. Oh wait, I can't because it's not an enemy system. Right. But I can go for it on Lyra, which will reduce the bandwidth cost. Which I didn't need to do that, but I feel like doing so because it's cute to activate a bunch of hacking thingies. So yeah, I did that. Right, Denark University. Absolutely amazing. This will help me make a very big fleet very fast. So let's go ahead and grab that before I officially start making my ships. And once I'm done with... What am I working on? With faction control. Oh yeah, I did start working on that, didn't I? But what I need though is I already have the H-Foot Fleet Accelerator, so I need to grab my Epic class. And with those I will be able to support my fleets, and I will not need to install any special engine modules on my ships. What I also need is some other special modules for my offensive ships, because I have a lot of room for those. So let's see, I cannot get a tractor beam on. Let's see, what else can I get that would be nice? That's not useful. Anti-personal defense drones, I doubt the AI will be smart enough to board me. Enhanced cloaking, I don't feel like it. Anti-cloaker. Anti-cloaker is a good idea, but not necessarily one that I need right now. Yeah, there are not that many options, honestly, for my offensive ships, other than the things I didn't grab. Nah, I don't think I'll focus on anything in particular, honestly, not right now. So yeah, let's go ahead and keep moving. I discovered the planet Saha. And I can start making a fleet, although I do want to wait for the Denark University to happen. Endeavor is still a happy little ship out in the middle of nowhere. I found the Volters, which I hate. Right, well, just keep exploring things, dear sir, keep exploring. I've reached the end, that stage of the game when I can no longer be bothered to just explore everything manually. I just have to assign ships to do so automatically. Right, found some Eden Incense, that's nice. Let's keep exploring and look for the Academy. Right, I have one more ship that requires orders. Just automatically explore everything, and this should be good. Let us end the turn. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out if there's anything I forgot to mention about the newest expansion, but I cannot think of anything off the top of my head that I didn't talk about. So if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to drop them in the chat and I'll read them and I'll find the answer to them. Sanctuary on Fudges is destroyed. Ooh, I guess I should have done something to defend Fudges. That hurts by quite a bit. Okay, well, good to know, good to know. AI is actually playing this properly. However, I have managed to hack the Brianna. And I'll get a large or a huge Baron. Large ice gives me more dust, which I don't need. Huge Baron gives me slightly more science, but it is huge. I'll just go for large ice. Ah, how beautiful. I'll drink some more tea. Alright, let's see. Diplomatic message.
Will not tolerate
right, the Empire is about to attack me. That was to be expected. Oh wait, it attacked me already. Alright, and I have nothing to defend myself with. So, this is probably not fine. I should have created a fleet earlier, but I'll still... I know it's the endless AI and whatnot, but I killed it so many times. I am kind of... I'm probably not treating this situation as seriously as I should. Alright, Lyra has been hacked. That's good. I wanted to create a back door. I think I'll do that. I could influence the politics, but no, I'll just create a back door. I could also embed a sleeper, but back door in my opinion is the better idea. I'll move with everything I've got. And let's see, can I actually... Was there any way... Yes, I can improve this ship, that's important. Right, so change of plans. I don't want any missiles. I want basic railguns, because they ignore the enemy defenses, and I have stealth. I can get right next to the enemy ships before they detect me. That is assuming they don't have detection. But if they don't have detection, those basic railguns will just tear the enemy to shreds. What else can I use that would be helpful? I don't need those engine modules after all, so I'll just get some defense, some healing abilities, and this should be good. Let's apply the changes, and yeah, I already have the best defenses I can have, so that's good. So let's see. what else I need to do? I need to start creating a new ship, so start queuing it up and start getting those sharps. They should be quite a bit more powerful than what the AI has. Oh, round of Vodiani in here, that kind of surprised me. So let's see, the enemy has corvettes. They don't have a lot of strength actually, and they don't have any other fleets nearby. They have some navies going here, but those are just behemoths. They still don't have any ships that can really threaten me, so this is actually fine. I don't have to worry about it. Let's see, this is the event I was waiting for. I can either alter course to save a random system I discovered, but I have a lot of approval already, don't I? Yeah, I'm 100% devoted, so I'll be an evil person. I'll just loot this ship and let it die. Alright, next up I discovered the Pilgrims. Ah, how convenient. I'll introduce myself, they will like me. And I discovered the Mavros as well. Again, no reason not to introduce oneself. It's only polite to do so. So my heroine can now discover one more curiosity. Let's go ahead and do that. And my counselors have a choice for me. Right. I remember this thing. The problem is, the ship that discovered this curiosity is a hero ship. And this quest that I just discovered can cause you to lose a fleet. I wonder how it's going to work on this, on a hero ship though. I have no idea. No idea indeed. I'll just let it sleep until it regains a probe, and for the time being what I have to do is, well, hack. I only have one hack operation and Libra is being hacked right now. Ah, good to know. Well, let's go ahead and check the interrogate, activate the interrogate program, so this will be helpful. This will increase the enemy bandwidth cost on everything. And let's see what else I have. Overload. Oh no, not that. First of all, what do you want to hack? I'm hacking the parts right now. Yeah, I know I have one of 3 hacks. I just finished hacking 2 things last turn. This is why I have 3 hacks available, because 2 of my hacks just finished this turn. So don't worry, I'm keeping an eye on it. Besides, if I try to finish the game, the game wouldn't tell me. It would tell me that I have hacks remaining. So don't worry. The only reason why I have hacks inactive is because they just finished. So yeah, and I was choosing what to hack right now. So let's see. Fudges, I probably want to recreate my my colony on Fudges. Not my colony, but oh, Nos no longer has a backdoor. That's good to know. And what is this? Oh, Vodiani have a backdoor as well. That's cute. Well, let's go ahead and see if I can hack Lyra before the enemy can counter-hack me. It's a bit of a gamble, of course. And then let's see if I can retake. Actually, I probably can't retake Fajis because the pirates are pretty good at evading, at counter-tracking me. So that's probably not a thing I can do. But what I can do is colonize another system. So let's go ahead and colonize Archaon. No reason not to do that. I can, of course, colonize new planets on Arcturus and other systems. Which is probably a better idea because I have 7 out of 7 planets already colonized. I already devoted my bandwidth, but this is fine. I have a lot of bandwidth installed, so I can just sacrifice a little bit of it. Did I just right-click the wrong thing? Yes, I did. Oopsie. You're gonna hate me for that, aren't you? Well, it happens. Anyway, so what was I hacking before? Oh yeah, I was hacking Libra. Hacking, not hacking. Okay, let's... Wait, I still am. So I was hacking something else. I casted the hack on the pirates! Oh no! I hate myself now. Oh well. Let's hack the menu. It's going to take a bit more time now, but it happens. That was rather bad of me, but that's how it was. And let's hack Arcturus so I can get a new planet. A sanctuary and a new planet right there, so this should be quite good. Alright. So that is done, and I believe with that I can just go ahead and end the turn. And drink some more tea. By the way, I let a wicked elf there, don't get me wrong, I'm very thankful for you trying to help me, but yeah, I literally just finished hacks. That is why well, they were inactive, because they just ran out. Alright, luxury's price increase, so let's see what they have. Or rather, what I have to sell. I can sell some Eden Incense, so I'll do that right away. Other things I probably won't sell just yet, because I might decide to keep them. Mentor of Legends failed because some AI has a level 9 hero. Relatively scary, but not a big problem. It's got a neutron star, discovered half of the galaxy, that's something. and discovered the home system for the Horatio. That's nice. Ah, they're all the way over here. Interesting and good to know. Now the cool thing about having stealth scout ship is that, you guessed it, they will reveal the location of every home system in the galaxy, which allows me to later make a bunch of obliterators and kill every single home system in the galaxy. Very, very evil, very devious, isn't it? And I love it to bits. But anyway, send a bunch of probes, see what I can find, and let this guy keep exploring things randomly, because I do not have the time to manually work with him. Meanwhile, my heroine can keep trying to check for curiosities, keep leveling up, and she found me some more titanium. That's nice. I still haven't found the academy, actually. This is interesting. And still no academy inside. Well, let's make first contact. Maybe I have, but I'm just blind? No, I don't see the academy. Must be somewhere, maybe over there. I'll just tell my hero to go over there and I can end the turn again. Not much happening right now, but I'm getting ready to get a fleet, and then this fleet will be fighting against the Pirates and United Empire alike. Let's end the turn. And I got Bundes. That's nice. I really like this screen. I don't know why it's a little... Oh, I know why there was an FPS drop. It's because it's the start of the turn and the AI was doing a lot of things. That's why it happened the way it did. Right, what's happening? Okay, Bundes... Oh, I completed its faction quest, so it's now part of my empire. That's nice because I have 2 sanctuaries on it right away. Those are the same planet that the Duvian, the minor faction that used to occupy the system, colonized. Now, of course, I cannot have planets colonized, so their colonies turned into my sanctuaries. It's still not bad. Of course, I take a little bit of approval hit from that, but I can get the booster program to help me fix that. Besides, my empire is still quite devoted. My hero has gained a new level, so I'll probably get him the public relations expert. Ooh. There's a sanctuary and actors. Weird. Oh no, there isn't. It's just grayed out. Never mind. I was really surprised for a second. I'm streaming for a long time. I'm starting to lose my brain capability powers. It happens, it happens. But I do want to showcase a battle before I stop streaming, because otherwise this would be a sad stream. Alright. I hacked... What did I hack? I hacked Libra. Oh yeah, the enemy home system. So, let's see. What do I want to do? Support revolutionaries. I think everybody wants me to do that, right? Oh wait, I hacked Libra, not... yeah, I did hack Libra, never mind. Why did I think of Raya? Ah, because it would create a sanctuary in Raya. Right. Let's see, toppling the government is really fun, because, you know, anarchy, always fun. And I could make them something awful that would be very bad at fighting me. I could prevent their fleets from moving. If I'm afraid of the AI, I would have absolutely done so. I can also steal their technology for plasma metallurgy. What was that again? I need to remind myself. Plasma. Meta. Okay, now there's just one thing. It's... Oh, it's this thing. Alright, I still didn't have the technology to mine Hyperium. Oopsie. Well, it's a very bad technology to, you know, to steal, because I can just get it in 1 turn, less than that, in fact. So, yeah, I'm not gonna steal that technology. You know what? Let's just support revolutionaries. Let's make it real hilarious. Let's spawn pirate invasion fleets. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And as you can see, bam! A bunch of enemies appeared out of nowhere, and you know, the Empire is now forced to fight them, which is hilarious. So yeah. That was cute. That was cute. Of course, we couldn't watch the battles, which is a shame, but they happened. Right. I can now no longer improve the Umbra Shadows because I'm out of the appropriate resource. I'll deal with that in a second. I created a ship of 70 firepower, and I got the no either hand. So now I have the extra incentive to get even more sleepers in my empire, which will help me quite a bit. So I'll try to do that as quickly as possible. Now I need to take control over the Vickers system. Let's see. The reward will be a lot of extra invasions. And the system is right there. I cannot see it, so that's interesting. I'll need to scout for it, so... let's see. The buff... Oh, so how we can enter this is asking about buffing the Umbra Shadows. So the thing about Umbra Shadows is that the only way to get Amber Shadows is to kidnap one of your infiltrated population and turn them into ghost-like beings. You cannot in any one other way get the Amber Shadows, but when you boost the population, you also boost this population's FTSE income, that being the extra science and the extra bandwidth you get. You do not triple or quadruple the FTSE you get, but it's still but the double bonus to FTSE exploited still stays there. So if you buff this, it just gives you +1 science and +1 bandwidth. And same goes with Umbraquois, except it also speeds up their growth speed, increases their growth speed as usual. You're welcome, you're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Alright, so I will need to destroy a system. I do not see, well, I'll pin this quest because I want to remember about it. And the Eye of the Storm, I need to make 3 science improvements and I'll get more Dasper assimilated manufacturing. Well, that's a shame because I cannot assimilate manufacturers as Umbraquois, so I don't care about this quest. I know it says a faction assimilated, but it's not assimilated per se. And at least I don't think the game counts it towards this objective. Maybe it does. If it does, I'm mighty impressed. Oh, look at this! It's Subnautica. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Subnautica is a wonderful game and I encourage you to check it out. It's really fun. Kinda scary, even though it's not meant to be scary, I don't think, but it kinda is scary nonetheless. Anyway, yeah, that's the quest that allowed me to obtain my new civilization. I met the VoDs already, they have discovered me, which is a shame. And a battle of Caleb, so Accord, that's my scout ship, so I'll just make sure it runs away from the pirates. I don't want to lose my scout ships. And blockade on trading, yes, I know, that's unfortunate. Retreat successful, good. And shop is being produced, but I can now design echoes, and I will need to do that. So echoes are key to my fleet, because first of all, they look great. Secondly, let's just empty everything I have. Secondly, they are my support ships, and they will allow my fleets to move very quickly from point A to point B by having a bunch of H-field fleet accelerator. And as you can see, for every one of those modules, the speed for every single ship in a single fleet will increase by 1, which can essentially replace engines for other ships, which leaves you with more room to put engines on your other ships, which is very nice. So I'll do just that. What else I'll do? I'll give those guys a little bit of defenses, a few defenses. Actually, I can give them a bit more, so let's give them more armor. And finally, I can give them either some bombers and fighters. Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Or some actual weapons. I'll give them some bombers, because bombers look cool, and it's a support ship anyway. It will probably be quite far away from and out of formation, so it would make sense for it to just send bombers away while staying in the back. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's queue this ship out. Let's queue it out. Let's queue it! I cannot speak apparently again. As quickly as possible. Move my things around and let's see what else I can do. What about my laws? What do I have? I can lower the fleet costs. I probably want to do that. Let's abolish the Star Boogie Bill. Let's get lower fleet costs ASAP. This should help me a bit. It helps me a lot actually. Yeah, okay, I'm glad I did that. Alright, let's see, what else is there? New technology to see, to research, and what do I want? I probably want to get the booster program to make sure that I can get more systems without the hit to my diplomacy. Not diplomacy, I meant to say approval, that's really important. And over my scout ships, man, they're discovering a lot of things. Where is the academy? I wasn't discovered? I thought it was, but I cannot see it. Maybe it's not here, maybe it's somewhere else. Very strange indeed. Well, for the time being, let's just move to over here, maybe explore a few curiosities. See what I can find. Meanwhile, Accord can just send a drone over there and then keep exploring things randomly. And finally, I've got a shop over at... Oh, I forgot to redeploy them! Then again, it does give us the opportunity to watch the shop in battle. So the enemy has quite a few fleets. Are they stronger than my ship? Let's see, they have 200 something. They might be able to destroy my ship for the very simple reason that my ship is very powerful offensive-wise, but quite weak defensively. That being said, it does have stealth. So I think I have the upper hand in this. Let's see. The first battle of the stream, finally. It only took us 3 hours. Oh, I forgot to change the battle cards. Oops. Well, I don't think it will be that big of an issue. So let's see, very quickly. So corvettes, they are using, what are they using? Let's go into advanced screen. So the enemy fleets, they are using, for the most part, energy weapons, and they are defended against non-energy weapons. So I'll go for more. I need to use Tattoo. No, I need to use Plasma Distortion. No, but this will help the enemy. I need to use Tattoo. It doesn't help me with hull plating because the enemy can actually cut through hull plating quite easily. It looks like they have the beams installed on the ships because they're 100% accurate on all ranges. But by going on Tattoo, my ship will rush into the close location where I can use my weapons most effectively, as you can see. They are best at short range. Most importantly, I have stealth technology, which means that unless the enemy has detection, I'll be able to just sneak up on the enemy and kill them before they can open fire on me. So let's see what happens. Let's see if they do have detection or not. I got a question from LilKeller0 if I have played Stellaris and how do I compare the 2 games. So I have played Stellaris. If you check my livestream VoDs, in fact, I have just played a humongous, massive multiplayer narrative game with custom quests, custom stats, lots of role-playing, and it was the best Stellaris experience ever. I used to not really be a big fan of Stellaris, it was a little bit on the boring side, but this event was amazing. I already have one video of it as well on my old channel, that being the PANCZASU channel, and I'm editing the rest of the live stream and I'll post it on my Pangolin Advisor channel. So, Stellaris, when played like this, is amazing, but even then I still prefer Endless Space 2 over Stellaris. So, as you can see, when we go into overview camera, talking about the game itself, I'm already in the short range. This is because I started in the short range because of the cloaking devices. I was able to just sneak up on the enemy and fire at them indiscriminately. Of course the enemy is firing at me as well, but this allows me to use my weapon to its full potential. Without stealth, my ship could have been destroyed before it even had the opportunity to fire. It still might be destroyed. As I said, my ship and Ember ships in general have very, very little ways in terms of defenses. They can be destroyed quite easily, but because of stealth, they're just the essence of glass cannons, and they just can creep out on the enemy's fleets, and they can tear them to shreds, which forces your enemy to use its detection. When your enemy does use detection, that's when things go way worse with the Ember, so keep that in mind. For now, it went quite nicely. So yeah, going back to talking about Stellaris, feel free to check it out. I like it when it played in multiplayer in narrative event, but I think that in single player, Endless Space 2 is just so much better. Like, they're completely different games though, you have to keep that in mind. Endless Space 2 is the classical 4X, with heavy emphasis on strategy and almost no emphasis on tactics, because the battles, you just choose your battle cards and then you watch the battles, like I have shown you just now. Whereas Stellaris, it kind of has 4X features, but it's also partially a grand strategy game, which works differently to 4X games. So it depends what you want out of a game and what you like. In my opinion, 2 games are sufficiently different to play them both and still enjoy them both. I do believe that Endless Space 2 is a better one, but it could be just because of my personal preference. I do believe there's more love behind Endless Space 2, however, and most importantly, Endless Space 2 is cheaper, its DLC is cheaper, and I'm pretty sure the studio has a better DLC policy since it releases a lot of stuff for free, and its new DLC is also quite cheap, whereas, you know, Paradox has great DLCs, but they are not exactly cheap, and they rarely release things for free. Although, with being fair and said, they did add Unity for free to the base game of Stellaris, and it used to be locked behind a paywall, so, you know, things can be said very nice about 2 games. Either way, for now, I need to move Sharp, because I can just keep Sharp here for the time being. Now, you might notice that Sharp, my fleets cannot guard the system. This is because they are stealthed. If I wanted to guard the system, I would need to decloak the ship, and then I could guard it. Or even invade it, actually. And I didn't want to do that, actually. I wanted to keep this ship stealthed, but it used all my movements, I might as well do that. I do, however, want to create the rest of my ships over on Bungudus, since that's when I can merge my fleets and then head over to destroy the enemy pirate starbase. So let's go ahead and click on Bundus and set as destination to Sanctuary. So Sanctuary will link all fleets over to Bundus. And hi the Balance Maker. Yeah, I'm streaming for 3 hours already, and I'm probably going to stop at some point in the near future because I'm hugely hungry. Resource Quest next 10. Ooh, right, I forgot to hack, didn't I? I have 2 hacking operations, but I have too much bandwidth allocated actually. That's good to know. Well, I'll need to cancel some bandwidth in that case. Let's see, what can I cancel? Encrypt and interrogate, they are really useful. Encrypt as well. There's probably an encrypt somewhere I don't need. This one I don't need because I'm already guarded by the encrypt on Hideo. So this encrypt is just pointless for me right now. So I can just cancel this program, and now I have enough bandwidth, so that's fine. Also, I have 2 more. I have 2 more whatchamacallit, hacking operations to use, and oh, I actually ate pizza today, look at that, so yeah, but I would kill to eat some right now because I'm very hungry. Alright, let's see, let's hack 2 more systems. First of all, I can create more sanctuaries on already colonized systems. Secondly, I can hack some of the enemy systems, so let's do it smartly, let's do it in a way that will prevent the enemy from discovering me. Let's see if I can hack the enemy on Libra without them counter-hacking me. I don't remember what the result was. I believe I can hack them fast enough. I don't think they have a defensive program on Libra. Besides, I do have a backdoor on Lyra, so this increases the speed of my hack. Next up, I want to... let's see what I can do. Oh, I lost the backdoor on Nos. I really want it though. But there isn't much I can do unless... Oh yeah, I also have a backdoor on Libra, don't I? I think I do, so I can set it to Nos and try to hack it and see if I can do that. I'm pretty sure Nos has the defensive module, so instead I'm gonna go to an Orm, because I'm pretty sure it's undefended. I mean, why would you put a defensive program on Orm? It seems like a pointless system. Maybe I could go even further if it's undefended. Maybe let's go to Megras. It's more likely to be defended by a defensive program, but it's further away, so maybe it's safe enough to do. So I'll do just that. Can I enact any offensive programs? No, I don't have enough bandwidth available. I could cancel another encryption program, but Ecus is a very crucial system for me to defend. And I don't want to abandon Hido's defensive program, and Libra, again, Vernia system to have my programs on. So I'll just keep it as it is. And end my turn. Oh, that's absolutely a very good point. So, TED-driven dev said in the chat that as long as the host of multiplayer game has a DLC, it allows everybody else invited to the game to play as if they had the DLC themselves. I showcased this back when I hosted my own Let's Play 2 multiplayer event, which, by the way, you can check out on Pangolin Advisor channel. It's relatively old, but it was fun, so feel free to give it a watch. Part 1 is on my old channel, the other parts on my new channel. It's all in a playlist, however, so you can easily check it out. But yeah, if just the host has all of the DLC, everybody else has access to DLC for the purpose of this one game, which is really, really fun. And a very, very helpful practice. But to be fair, Stellaris does things in the same way. But still, again, I do prefer Endless Space 2. So, enough talk of that, and also, I saw something else. Oh yeah. The same person made a comment that my ships look way too cool to be suited for a pacifistic faction. But who said that we're really a pacifist faction? The Amberquois is amazing at being pacifists, and you can absolutely play them as pacifists. And in the early and mid game, you should play them as pacifists, otherwise you're missing out on their biggest strengths. But in my opinion, thanks to the stealth technology and thanks to their particular ship setup, they're such amazing warmongers. I mean, I say this about every faction there is in Endless Space 2, and I'm known among Endless Space 2 players and Endless Legend players as the warmonger, the person that... I mean, I created an entire guide in Endless Legend about roving clans, in case you don't know, roving clans are a peaceful faction. They literally cannot declare war, and I showcased how to be a warmonger as the roving clans. That's how much I'm dedicated towards being this evil warmonger in every game I play pretty much. So yeah, if there's one thing you can trust me to say is that every faction is a warmonger if you play it properly. Anyway, I hacked the pirates, which is something I was trying to do for a very long time now. So let's see. What do I want to do? I can create a backdoor, I don't feel like this. I can sabotage supplies, I don't care about this too much. I can improve my relations with the pirates, that's somewhat tempting. I can eavesdrop, and I can hack auto droids. I probably want to steal the enemy's resources, there isn't really anything else I want to do with the pirates. I only hacked them to show you what you can do with the pirates. I'll just hack their auto droids. And this gave me some Hyperium and gave me some Transvine, which is good since I actually have no Hyperium income right now. Oh, and I'm being asked why I have not created more Umbra Shadows from Sleepers. I already have an Umbra Shadow, only one. The reason is my hacking was denied by the AI quite a few times already, and they actually removed some of my sanctuaries as well. So AI is actually doing quite well in terms of counter hacking, but as soon as possible I'll obviously try to steal some more population and turn them into Umbra Shadows. So yeah, let's check something else out. I apparently can talk with one of the AIs and enforce something. Which one though? I have so many AIs already discovered. I believe it's, oh yeah, it's the VoDiani. I can demand that they remove nearby acts, but I don't need to do that. In fact, I can hack their acts. I'd love to do that, why not? It's fairly unlikely the VoDiani have detection on their acts. They might do, but I don't think they will. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Meanwhile, I'm going to... Okay, I already have free hacking enabled, so... With that in mind, let's move all of my ships. My heroine... Oh yeah, I need to reassign her, so... I've got a new fleet over in Bundus. I cannot merge it entirely, but I can merge it partially. How big... Oh, I have a chamber, that's nice. Let's go ahead and move it. Let's move the cell as well. And those guys I can actually not sell. Actually, yes, I can sell them, and this will give me a lot of money. Let's do that, I don't need those ships. And now I can also add my heroine over to this army, and I can also boost her ship a little bit as well. So let's go ahead and give her... She's a hero ship, so she can actually fire from afar and be quite good at it. So I'll give her a bunch of missiles just to, you know, have a little bit more variety when it comes to what I field. I'll also give her some better armor and some shielding because she needs that. And yeah, I'll probably focus on giving her as many probes as possible. So let's go ahead and give her that. Do I want to have... I probably want to increase the chance for the hero ship to be targeted actually. The reason being is that the hero ship always survives on 1 HP as long as the fleet survives. So you can cause the hero ship to tank damage for your other ships, which is very good because this way the rest of your fleet stays alive, and your hero ship, again, it cannot be killed as long as you do not lose a fight. If it's a draw, it's fine, your ship will regenerate back to 1 HP, and then obviously it will repair itself as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. In fact, I'll give it another antimatter lenser to give it even more repair ability after battle. Just apply this change, nice and easy, and now I can go ahead and storm the pirate hideout. Slowly, but I can storm it nonetheless. New Echo is almost ready. I'm going to go ahead and create on Ecus, I think. So let's change my link again, set as destination. Get some more research. So let's see. I do need to actually start mining Hyperium. It's been a long time, a long overdue process. I probably want to get one more science research done. So let's see. I can prevent the creation of backdoors, which is nice, but I don't think I really want to do this. More science is very nice, and I would be able to colonize Arctic, so I'm tempted to rush for this particular technology. Although Behemoth basic climatology is very good, but right now I'm not focusing on Behemoths. That being said, is there a very fun node near me? I mean, I start on a black hole, of course, but is there any other node nearby that I can relatively easily access? There is a neutral star, and neutral star gives you, let me just remind myself what it gives you. Neutral star would give me late end game resources. So that's tempting, but I'll need to get a bunch of behemoth stacks to get it. So now, for the time being, I'll go for gravity research. Thank you very much. In terms of... By the way, I see new comments in the chat. I'll read them as soon as I end my turn, because this turn is taking a while, so I want to, you know, be over with it as soon as possible. So it's working on Echo. I can get Intergalactic Technology Center. That would be amazing. Let's grab it. Miners Union, I can just buy it out, which I will do. Now get Imperius Bunkers as well, just to be safe. And then Intergalactic Supermarket as well. In fact, I'll get it second, alright. So yeah, I saw that with the corner of my eye. Yes, Umbraquire can destroy sanctuaries of other Umbraquires, just like any other player would be able to destroy sanctuaries. So it's a thing you can do. It's not limited by who you're playing as. Unless you're asking if you can destroy your own sanctuaries, and the answer to that is I don't know. I don't think you can destroy your own sanctuaries. If there is an option, I don't know about it. I never thought about it, because why would you destroy your own sanctuaries? Alright, I'll hack the enemy home system again, but I did promise to look at the chat, so give me a second. Let's see. Oh, I'm asked if what FTSE mechanics were reworked. Honestly, I did, because I'm not here. The reason why I'm not yet ready to create a guide on this game is because I didn't actually took my time to read the final patch notes for the full release of the game. I know the patch notes more or less for the beta version that used to be accessible to a few dozen people before this DLC was released. I also know the patch notes for the VIP build that I used to play before even the beta version was available. But I didn't know the final patch notes. I actually forgot to read them before the stream. Didn't have the time to do that as well. So either way, I wouldn't be able to read them. So I cannot answer which FTSE mechanics were reworked and which were not. I still find FTSE to be kinda useless so far in the stream, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's see. What can I do? I already supported the revolutionaries, but now I want to abduct some sleepers. I think I could create a new sanctuary, however, or create a new sleeper agent, but no, that's for now. Let's abduct a sleeper. I'll need those right away. So with that in mind, let's see. Oh yeah, the question was about destroying your own sanctuary. I don't know, I never tried it. Let's see. Yes, you can destroy your own sanctuaries. You can just click on the decolonize button and it will... Oh! I almost did that. And it will destroy all sanctuaries on your own system. So yes, I can absolutely do that. I can imagine you would only want to do this if you are over the threshold for the amount of sanctuaries you have. But yeah, it's possible. You're welcome, you're welcome. Right, so the pirates are going to fight me. Ooh, this will be fun. So let's go ahead and fight them back, shall we? I forgot to change my battle tactics again. Keep forgetting. I am a very forgetful person, I just have to warn you right now. But you have probably noticed this already. So let's see, I've got a positron ship, a shuttle and a jaw. Pirates that usually tend to have a mix of every kind of weapon possible. And they do have detection, that is the issue. So to quick look, overall they're mostly rocking energy weapons. And they're best at medium range, okay, that's good to know. Well, let's absorb some of the energy weapons, I suppose. That's the best thing I can do. As for deployment zone, let's see. The pirates can deploy in those two fleets. So I want to have... My hero can tank the damage. That's the important part. And I've got one random cell. The cell will tank the damage on the top fleet. And I'll just put the cell in there. I don't need to put anybody else. Then I can put the chamber in the middle fleet, so they will provide support. And finally, just for the fleet bonus of having more flotillas than the enemy, I'll put my last fleet on the bottom fleet. It cannot be attacked by the enemy because of how the flotillas work, and it will still send the bombers to attack the enemy, so this will be wonderful. I'll probably lose the sail ship, but I don't really care about it anyway, so I might as well. And yes, let's absolutely watch this fight. And I'll drink some tea. I can see quite a few follows this stream, thank you very much. It means a lot to me for you to be following. By the way, if anybody feels... by the way, it is actually possible to subscribe to me. I'm not a Twitch partner, I'm just an affiliate, which means that, well, I cannot run ads and there's a lot of things that are locked out for me. For instance, you probably cannot change the quality of my stream, unfortunately, yet. But there are some cute little, whatchamacallit, emojis that I have access to. For instance, I can use this emoji, which is a holy piece of cake, which is something I tend to use, say from time to time. And if you want to subscribe to me, you could do that. You don't have to, obviously. In fact, there's no reason for you to do so unless you really want to support me, or more importantly, if you have Twitch Prime. And that's what I meant to say. With Twitch Prime, you can subscribe to any channel once a month, and it doesn't cost you anything because you have Twitch Prime. That's the benefit of Twitch Prime, which you get by having Amazon Prime, I believe. And this allows you to support one channel that you love the most. It doesn't have to be me. You absolutely don't have to support me, but just support any channel if you have Twitch Prime, because there's no reason not to. It doesn't cost you anything, actually. So it's quite important. So yeah. As for the fight itself, I wasn't paying attention, so honestly I don't know how it's doing. I noticed I did lose some ships, but yeah, the pirates are dying one by one. And yeah, sure, my hero ship died, but it was meant to die and it can repair itself quite nicely after the battle is over, so it's hardly an issue. And yeah, the fights in Endless Space 2 look absolutely gorgeous. It's even better once you have more ships, of course. The only thing that could be improved in Endless Space 2, and it could be improved by quite a bit in my opinion, is the auto camera. It's not the best. Free camera helps you fix that, but it's kind of difficult to get the angle right, unfortunately. Anyway, my hero leveled up, and I'll give her, let's see, more vision range. Nah, I don't care about that. More speed, of course, that's super important. That's the reason why the Seeker heroes are so, I dare say, overpowered, because they can just move your fleet from one side of the galaxy to the other in no time. It's really, really powerful. So anyway, let's go ahead and check out some more curiosities on the pirate base, because there's no reason not to. And I have two options right now. I can just keep this system under lockdown and just farm experience from the pirates, but instead I'll drop my cloak and besiege the system and then take it over, because this will just mean that I'll have an easier time and that the pirates will not be able to disturb any of my galactic trade, which is quite annoying, honestly. So yeah, let's do that. And can I blitz them? I mean, I won't be able to succeed, but yes, I can blitz them somewhat. By the way, the ground battle has been changed in the Hishu expansion, so it's a little bit more interesting. Still, I mean, it's still not the most interesting out of everything it can potentially have. And of course, if you watch the fight, it still always looks like this. But hey, ground battles are not the most parts of this game anyway. And I'll let you watch this, might as well, while I drink some tea. Also, the pew pew sounds sound absolutely hilarious in my opinion. I mean, don't tell me they don't. So yeah, let's skip the fight, we don't need to keep watching it. It's hardly the most exciting, and yeah, the enemy dug in, and let's continue the siege and destroy the enemy starbase. Finally, I can merge my ships real easy, and I can repair them as well, which is a good thing to do. And can I actually take out the enemy system or the ships? I can, but before I do, let's change my battle tactics, which I keep forgetting to do. So, firstly, let's take trophies, maybe, let's see. Increases due to morale effect on fleet. I seem to have more ships, so it's not a bad thing. And revive and rebuild, also not a bad thing. So I'll get that. I'll take trophies as... Actually, no. Those two are very nice things to have, and I'll take trophies as my third ability in order to get some more resources for destroying the enemy. And I'm being asked if Blitz is something that I always choose. Blitz? Oh, wait a second. Where is the Blitz? I don't see Blitz. I don't see a card called Blitz, so I assume you're talking about something else, question mark? Well, for ground battles. Oh, for ground battles, right. Sorry, I thought you were talking about battle cards. No, I usually start by bombarding the enemy systems, but the pirates are very weak in terms of defending their star bases, so there's no point in waiting. They're fairly weak. It usually just takes 2 turns of blitzing to destroy the starbase, so it's the fastest thing. So yes, blitz is good. And overall, blitz is very good in general, but there are situations when you don't use it when attacking the enemy system. So there are different situations. Blitz is the one. Blitz costs you the most manpower. So if you're low on manpower, you might not want to use that. For instance, you might want to use something else. Anyway, now that I have new battle abilities, I could attack the Ark ship. I'm not sure if I will be able to take it down though, and there is no real reason to. Let's attack the corvettes and let's try out my new Take Trophies ability. Now, I am stealthed and the enemy is not, so I should be able to reach close range before the enemy can. And which ship has more HP? It's actually Echo has more HP. The problem is that if I put Echo in the middle rank and Sharp in the other, Sharp will have a very bad angle of engagement. It will have a very hard time firing at the enemy. So the only sensible way for me to do this is to put the carrier ship in this rank and Echo in the mid and Sharp in the middle, which might cost me my Sharp, but it's still a good idea to get the bonuses. Actually, what is the enemy rocking? They're rocking energy weapons only. So never mind. Let's go for Power to Shields. Let's get Power to Shields is bad because I have Railgun technology. Let's go for Tattoo, actually. This is the only thing that makes sense for what me... Then again, the enemy fleet is pathetic. Let's take the office. What am I talking about? Let's fight. Never mind, the enemy run away. Go figure, go figure. Oh well, that's fine. I'm sieging the enemy system, and the enemy has way too much forces on the ground for me to actually be able to take it out. But it doesn't mean I cannot actually invade them to weaken the enemy system, soften it up a little, which I'll do. And this is the situation in which I do not blitz the enemy system. There's no chance and hope for me to take it out. But what I can do is I can preemptive bomb it, which will weaken the enemy and potentially destroy some important structures for the enemy. And meanwhile, it also doesn't really involve too many of my troops. Actually, it does involve all of them, which I'm quite surprised by. I guess I have a very high... Oh yeah, because I have increased troop deployment limit. Oh well, I still want to preemptive bomb. I'm just trying to weaken and soften up this system. I'm not trying to take it out, take it over just yet. And it worked out. I destroyed the Imperious Bankers. And did I kill a sleeper agent? Oh, they used a Stampede. I haven't seen it before. This is very interesting. Oh yeah, because, yeah, right. I did have people helping me. Because I have a sleeper agent, he helped me out. Not sleeper agent, I have a Sanctuary, that's the important thing. Huh. I could create more sleepers, but right now I won't because I feel like I'm going to take out Echius. It's probably not the best idea to do so just yet, but it's something I can do. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end my turn. Okay, let's vote for the scientists, even though I kind of want the militarists to win, but scientists are just so cool to have. Let's vote for them, make sure they stay in the government, stay in power. I'm really surprised that pacifists have such a huge support, despite the war that's going on. But yeah, they do, somehow they do. Anyway, as fun as it is to live stream tonight, my voice is slightly killing me. It's midnight, and I'm extraordinarily hungry, so I think I'm going to have to call it a day. If you like this live stream so far, I might be tempted to continue it, let's say maybe on Saturday, on Sunday, I'm not sure. Probably not on Saturday, I have plans actually. Maybe on Sunday, who knows. But not before then, I'm afraid. Maybe I won't continue it, maybe I'll just focus on recording a guide, which will go live on the Pangolin Advisor channel. The link is on my Twitch page, so yeah. That's going to be it for me tonight, because I really need to eat. Thank you very much for watching and joining me. It's amazing to see all of your support, and let me check if there's anybody worth raiding. So maybe there's some fun streamer that I could raid. Let's see if there's anybody I'm following. Nobody from Forex genre. I only have people who are streaming Overwatch and the Clue and Cluedo actually. That's Noverline. Do you know Noverline? Noverline is fun. I'm going to raid Noverline because I really enjoy his content. So I'm going to queue this up and prepare the raid. So again, thank you very much for streaming. Keep an eye out on Pangolin Advisor channel. Again, the link is in the description of my Twitch page. That's where the guide about the Penumbra DLC will go out live as soon as I'm done working on it. And if possible, I might stream this DLC again on Sunday, but I cannot promise that. I can only promise the guide. So again, thank you for your humongous support tonight, and I'll see you online. Pangolin Advisor signing off.